What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Excuse me. Welcome to OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channels down there, scrolling below the screen. All right, people. Let's get into the stupid shit. The coonery shit. This nigga Stephen A. And y'all got excuse me too, people. I think I'm going hoarse a little bit. This nigga Stephen A. This dude, like, he can't help himself, but he at this point, put it this way, at this point, Stephen A. Smith is an attention whore. That's just what he is. Like, it's no more like playing around with that shit. Like, he's just a attention whore. It just is what it is. The dude can't help himself. But let's get into it. He decides, Mace didn't even criticize him as much. Like, he didn't go in on him like Kwame Brown, motherfuckers like that, Michelle McCain. They didn't really go in. They the ones kind of went in on him on a little bit, and other people did too. But he went after, like, Mace didn't really go at him that hard, and I think sometimes it just be Mace's tone of his voice, right? Like, he's like kind of soft spoken a little bit, so it's kind of his shit. It doesn't come off as harsh, but Mace did get in his ass though. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell? But let's get into this shit. Let's listen to Stephen A. Smith decides to this nigga, man.
So I decided that I'm going to respond to a few people. Come right back at them and address them head on my own platform.
And you know the bad part about it? He had like, this is shocking to us or something. Like, yeah, his whole thing coming out, he said, I'm gonna respond to a couple of people only on my platform. Stephen A., nobody can say shit. Nobody can give you good criticism. Nobody can just check you and say, Stephen A., you wrong. That's not true. Or certain shit like that. Nobody can say nothing to you without you gotta respond to every goddamn thing. And the bad part about it, what makes it even worse, is that this nigga at this point gotta know that he's in the wrong with a lot of shit. He got to know. So at this point, you're just gaslighting and trolling us at this point. But like I said, his little light, his little coonery light is gonna fade sooner or later. You know, this nigga's attention whore, man.
So I decided that I'm going to respond to a few people. Come right back at them and address them head on my own platform. I'm not going to do it with everybody. But will Kwame Brown be one of them? Yes, it will. Wait for it. It's coming. But before I get to Kwame Brown, before I get to Rashad McCants of Gil's Arena, no, I'm not going to get to other people in our business, because in our business, I have no patience for that nonsense. See, if you're a player and you're not in this industry and you didn't come up in this industry, I got you. I'll explain. I'm not explaining to people in this business because you're full of shit. If you act like you don't know where I'm coming from, because you know what we do for a living. And you know the minefields that we have to maneuver our way through, whether it's the newsroom, a producer's room, editing room, or anything like that. You know what comes with this. You're just trying to have an impact to get clicks. Shut the hell up.
No, Stephen A., everything he says, he's predicting. Projecting. Right? Like, the problem with Stephen A. is like, nigga, we don't got a problem with you criticizing niggas' game. There's nothing wrong with that. or you don't like the temperament of how somebody said something. That's okay. He has this thing that he does of he gets too personal. He takes shit like he cross lines and shit. Right? Like he starts saying it's like when niggas used to get mad at Skip, right? And them athletes used to want to roll up on Skip. But Skip ain't outside, right? Like Skip ain't going to games and shit. Right? Like Skip home with his woman, watching the game, putting in that work, researching, you know what I mean? Stephen A, at this point, it seemed like Stephen A ain't even putting that work in like he's supposed to. It's just like anything somebody telling him, he just runs with it. Like his staff, some people in his staff or assistants or whoever he got, they just tell him shit and he just run with it. You get what I mean? Or somebody in some organization or something tell him something. He don't, he just go off of what they say. That's not fact. Never mind. This nigga. You know what? Let's just move on. This nigga Stephen A. Smith already pissing me off, and I'm going hoarse. Like this nigga.
Whether it's the newsroom, a producer's room, editing room, or anything like that, you know what comes with this. You just trying to have an impact to get clicks. Shut the hell up. I'm not addressing people in our industry because they full of it. Notice I don't talk about my industry like that. I don't talk about contemporaries who do what I do on other networks and stuff like that. And some of them should be quiet.
And you know what? And the reason that you don't do that is because of the simple fact that you got to run into those people. A lot of these athletes and shit, he ain't going to be running past these people like that. He ain't outside like that. But he outside, but he ain't outside like that. You might can catch him at a game. But Stephen A. Smith ain't outside. But them motherfuckers in this industry talking that tough shit, he got to run past them. They in the same industry. They in the same occupation. He's going to run past these people sooner or later. That's why he doesn't talk about them like that. But like I said, the crazy part about it is he's telling everybody else to shut the fuck up. But he keeps running his mouth. Like, this shit is weird at this point, man. Stephen A. on some weird shit.
In our industry because they full of it. Notice I don't talk about my industry like that. I don't talk about contemporaries who do what I do on other networks and stuff like that. And some of them should be quiet. Especially considering the representation that you have and the connections that you have and the kind of people you associate yourself with, which could easily be labeled a conflict of interest. But I'm going to leave it alone. I ain't going to tell y'all who it is because they ain't worth it. They ain't worth it.
We all know who you talking about. You talking about Nick Wright. And then mind you, he just said that he ain't going to say nothing about people in this industry. But he turned right around right after he did this show or whatever. And went at the Nick Wright. Don't get me wrong, I ain't a big fan of Nick Wright. He a dick rider. He worked for LeBron. So I don't really fuck with him like that. But it's just Stephen A. be playing these games of like, he ain't gonna say nothing about somebody, but then he does. He contradict himself every time he speaks. He be talking out both sides of his ass cheeks. This nigga crazy, man. He talking about Nick Wright. That's who he talking about.
You have the kind of people you associate yourself with, which could easily be labeled a conflict of interest. But I'm going to leave it alone. I ain't going to tell y'all who it is because they ain't worth it. They ain't worth it to me no more. Okay? We ain't going to go. We ain't going to go. I tried to help them in the past. Forget all that. It's okay. Instead, I'm going to stay.
And there you go again. There you go again. Every time somebody criticize him, like I said, he always got to get personal. I ain't even gonna bring up how I helped them out back in the past. Like, dude, why you every time somebody criticize you that you may have helped or not, you always gotta bring up I helped you. Like, what do it matter? If you wrong about some shit, you wrong. It doesn't matter if somebody helped you out. It's almost like this is how Stephen A comes off. He comes off as, you my man, you my homie, I help you out. But I get to do fuck shit, say fuck shit, and you can't check me at all because I helped you. Like, yo, what type of help is that? What type of friendship is that? Mind you, this dude be always talking about these people as his friends. But nobody can check you? This nigga crazy, man. Let's move on.
To me no more. Okay? We ain't gonna go, we ain't gonna go. I tried to help him in the past. Forget all that. It's okay. Instead, I'm gonna stick to these few individuals that I want to address. Specifically because of what they said.
No, that's bullshit. Now, mind you, even though, because he got backlash once again, because Stephen A. Smith looks at people criticizing him, right? You notice he's only going after the black people, the black brothers. We know Nick Wright said something about him, a white dude. He don't go after Nick Wright. And two motherfuckers he starts seeing shit on Twitter and people leaving them shit saying, why you keep always going after the brothers? And then that's when he turned around and he said he wasn't gonna say nothing about people that's in this industry. Nick Wright is in this industry, in this occupation. They all in the same thing. And two, he got backlash from us. Then that's when he went out and started talking about Nick Wright. See, I told you the dude is a fucking hypocrite. But like I said, he always go after the brothers. He always. That's what he do. And this is why people got a problem with Stephen A. Every chance you get, it wasn't only the brothers that said something about you. It was white people in your industry calling your ass out. You won't even go at them. But you go after the black people, though. Let's move on.
Instead, I'm going to stick to these few individuals that I want to address. Specifically because of what they said.
Listen, don't get me wrong. My bad, people. He paused because he wanted to be disrespectful. He wanted to call them out their name. But Stephen A. Smith be knowing better who the fuck he can really disrespect like that. Because these dudes that he's getting ready to talk about will whoop his ass. And see, the problem I have with Stephen A. Smith, yo, you 57 years old, bro. You're old ass, you're old man at this point. Not old, but you know what I mean? You're elder at this point. Nigga, you out here talking like you get busy like that. Stephen A., you look frail. Yo, it's a difference when people get in shape to want to be really in good shape, right? It's another thing you in shape. You get in shape because of, like, you have medical issues, right? Like, Stephen A. eat right, stay in shape because he has to. It's not because he want to get in shape and, you know what I mean? It's not that. And that's what I'm saying. You frail, bro. Like, and stop talking tough. This shit is getting old at this point. You ain't gonna do shit but run your mouth. That's all you do. And I'm not condoning violence. I don't want nobody to put hands on nobody. But I'm just saying the way he be talking is like he really like that. Like he'll put hands on somebody. Like, stop talking like that. That tough Tony talk. which we called, back in the day when I was growing up, gangster shit. Gangster talk. Niggas talking gangster. Move on.
Instead, I'm going to stick to these few individuals that I want to address, specifically because of what they said. We going to go to Mase first. Mr. Mase himself, rap mogul extraordinaire. You understand? With the Is What It Is podcast with my boy Cameron.
First of all, put some motherfucking respect on Mace's name. He a legend. Mace a legend at this point. Mace is, listen, overall, Mace is the best rapper that comes out of Harlem. He's the best. And then, I mean, it's a kind of a toss up a little bit because we all know, if you know anything about Big L is like that. God rest Big L's soul. He died way too soon. He got I think Big L got one album out. Classic to me. I fuck with it. I think it's a classic album. Nigga had Pac on the motherfucker. Okay? That's how you know that shit was like that. But, I mean, if you be real, Pac was born in Harlem too, so I don't know about that. Like, Pac was, everybody keep thinking that West Coast, Baltimore, all that shit. Yeah, that's where he lived. He moved a lot of places. I get it. But Pac is from Harlem. He was born in Harlem. So Pac is probably the best rapper to come out of Harlem. But yeah, to each his own. But I believe Mase is. Right? Because West Coast and Baltimore, we claim Pac. Especially the Oakland niggas, they claim Pac. So we claim them too. So, niggas from Harlem don't be claiming Pac, so we claim them. Even though, never mind. Let's just move on. That's a whole nother story.
Self. Rap mogul extraordinaire. You understand? With the Is What It Is podcast with my boy Cameron, who's been doing a great job on First Take on ESPN the last couple of Tuesdays, by the way. I'm going to bring him back throughout the playoffs because he's done a hell of a job. But
listen, and Cameron a kiss ass. He'll kiss ass. Because I had a lot of respect for Cam at first, and then I had a lot of respect for Gilbert Arenas, but both of them niggas kiss ass. Anytime these niggas get round, listen, do y'all notice when niggas get round phony niggas, they start acting phony? Like, real talk. Like, niggas' demeanor changed. They ain't the same. That's why I like hanging around phony ass niggas, man. Let's move on.
Cameron, who's been doing a great job on First Take on ESPN the last couple of Tuesdays, by the way. I'm going to bring him back throughout the playoffs because he's done a hell of a job. But that's neither here nor there. His partner, Mase, from the Is What It Is podcast, took the liberty of addressing yours truly about what I said with regards to Jaylen Brown.
Now, mind you, I don't remember, I didn't see the shit with Cam, how he responded to it. He probably was on some sucker shit like he always be. But they brought, it was a topic, right? And it was mainly really a topic because Jaylen Brown responded to Stephen A. That's the only reason this shit is big like this. If Jaylen Brown would have never said anything, reply to Stephen A, excuse me, if he would have never replied, we wouldn't even been talking about this shit. It wouldn't even be news. But buying Jaylen Brown gave Stephen A. Smith the energy that he wanted. This is the only reason this shit is like this. This is the only reason we even talking about it. But that's, mind you, that's the topic. So they brung it up on their show and Mase spoke on it. He didn't say nothing crazy. But Stephen A. acting like nobody can't say nothing. Like, this nigga is crazy. Like, he act like nobody can disagree with him. Like, yo, what type of dude is... Never mind.
Listen to the one and only Mase himself. Here it is.
And I'm not against Stephen A. I'm not for Jaylen Brown if he's doing something crazy. I'm one of those people, right is right and wrong is wrong, but I hate this. I hate with a passion when people that have real powerful platforms take their platform and it seems like they only say something negative about this person. Like they're creating the narrative about this person. And that's how Jaylen Brown feels. I understand that. I often spoke about this. Me and Charlamagne been good since then, but there was a time when I felt like every time he got a chance to speak about me, it was going to be something negative. And that's when you personally feel about somebody. And you tell me, Stat, when you were trained in journalism, are you supposed to feel a certain way about a person and that spew out through your journalism?
No.
That's no, not at all. That's not good journalism.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Stephen A. And we not gonna like downplay his accomplishments and who he is, right? He's at the top of the game of the food chain. He's the guy. You everywhere. You got platforms everywhere. You are the guy. You are the new motherfucking Skip. You even bigger than Skip. When Skip was where he was, you bigger than Skip. You 2 times bigger than Skip. You use your platform. You don't just use one platform. You use multiple platforms. And then you go around on other people's platforms and say bullshit. Listen, this ain't real journalism. Like May said, it's not. He's not even being a real sports analyst. Because every time you turn around, this nigga got to get personal. But let's move on.
A person and that spew out through your journalism?
No.
That's no, not at all. That's not good journalism. And I'm not gonna say that he's doing bad journalism, but that's how it begins to come across to Jaylen Brown, right? Because he's like, why you can't say nothing good about me? Am I not the light-skinned player on the team? Is that why you can't give me the credit?
Couple of things. First of all,
right. And hold on. And let me say this. He's not lying, right? Like, I'm a very, very big fan of Brandon Tatum. I mean, Jason Tatum. I'm sorry. Fuck that nigga, Brandon Tatum. Jason Tatum, right? JT. I fuck with him. He cut from that cloth. When niggas was talking real out of pocket about Kobe, he came out and was like, these niggas talking all that shit and they wouldn't have never said that shit if Kobe was alive. He went in. And the crazy shit about JT, you don't hear him speak, like he don't really talk like that. That's not his thing. But when he speaks like, you get what I mean? It's like the same thing. He got that Kobe shit. Kobe didn't really he didn't do interviews like that. So when he did do them, nigga, you listen because you don't hear from Kobe. So, and Kobe meant what he said. It's the same thing with Jason Tatum, right? So they can't really criticize Jason Tatum on certain shit, right? Like certain shit he said, right? Now, mind you, Jaylen Brown didn't really say shit too much either. And 2, he got in that conflict with Stephen A. the first time. And let me just say this to my brother, Jaylen Brown. I respect your intellect. I respect that shit. I believe a lot of times you are the smartest motherfucker in the room, right? Motherfuckers hate when people smarter than them. I mean, it just is what it is, right? But go back to not speaking. You don't need to stream. You don't need to have to speak on yourself. Listen, it's like LeBron in a way, right? Like LeBron he got people that do shit, whatever, right? Behind the scenes for him. But you gonna have to, like, he pulled up on Stephen A. I get it. But that's how you gotta keep approaching him. This going back and forth with shit, this is what he do. This nigga does this shit to gaslight people. Nobody would even give a fuck about what Stephen A. Smith even said about Jaylen Brown if Jaylen Brown would have never responded to him. Just being honest. Just go back playing ball. But I can't tell that man shut down his stream and shit. I mean, he grown. I understand where he coming from. But you giving this nigga Stephen A. way too much energy. And listen, I'm starting to try to like stop talking about Stephen A. Because he's not even worth it at this point. This dude is gone. Y'all notice, I only talk about Canzons and them like that. They gone, yo. When they gone like that, they gone. This nigga Stephen A., he keep trying to be an algorithm. He keep putting himself out there, and that's why motherfuckers keep gotta talk about him, because he says some stupid shit out of his mouth. He knows what he's doing. I believe him and Charleston White is probably the biggest gaslighters out there. They top 5 gaslighters. That's all they do. They clickbait and they trolling. That's what they do. But I can't tell the brother. I can suggest that the brother just stop going back and forth with this nigga Stephen A. Smith. He's not even worth it. Not because I don't think he can handle himself. His intellect, he's very highly intelligent. It's not that. It's just giving this stupid nigga, because he just says stupid shit. Stephen A. ain't even trying to say anything that's intelligent. He just saying stupid shit. Getting in his feelings like a bitch. Like the bitch ass nigga he is. That's all he doing.
Why you can't say nothing good about me? Am I not the light-skinned player on the team? Is that why you can't give me the credit?
Couple of things. First of all, respectfully, Mase, you don't hear me critiquing hip-hop artists.
Goddamn commercial, please, my bad.
Critiquing hip-hop artists.
Oh, let me go back.
First of all, respectfully, Mase, you don't hear me critiquing hip-hop artists.
First of all, number one, you can't critique hip-hop artists because you ain't in that industry. Right? But number two, how can you critique hip-hop artists when, nigga, you 57 years old? You don't even probably listen to some of that young shit. You don't listen to these young niggas, so how the fuck you going to criticize hip-hop if you don't listen to it? Right? Like, when I criticize these young niggas in the hip-hop shit, that's because I listen to their shit. I give it a chance. Actually, listen, I'll actually come from the old school. Like, I know the old school niggas, our elders, the forefathers. I listen to them. I know the difference. And I was raised in the 90s with the 90s hip-hop, 2000s. I get it. I've been listening to hip-hop since 85. 5 years old. No, 4 years old. No. Not gonna say 85. I say I really started listening to hip hop 89. Right? Like really got into hip hop. But you heard, I told you, the first person I ever heard rap was LL Cool J. Right? That was like 85, 86 or some shit. Right? So, like, I grew up on hip hop. So I've been listening to hip hop since 85. Right? To now. It's 2026. Stephen A., you're not listening to these young niggas. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't critique or criticize hip hop because you don't listen to it. You listen to some old shit that you may like, or you probably listen to old school R&B, and that's cool. That's okay. Everybody ain't got to listen to the new shit. I get it. But nigga, you can't criticize nothing you don't listen to. I told the elders that all the time, old niggas my age. If you ain't listening to these young niggas, how you gonna criticize it? Because all of them ain't bad. Now, it's a lot of them bad, but ain't all of them ain't bad. So, if you ain't listening to the shit, how the fuck you know if it's trash or not? So you can't critique or criticize anything. That's number 2, nigga. Then number 3 is, matter of fact, I'm a hold number 3. I'm a hold number 3 because he gonna say some bullshit out of his mouth that's really gonna trigger the shit out of me. But let's go back a little bit.
A couple of things. First of all, respectfully, Mase, you don't hear me critiquing hip hop artists and how they do their job.
Wow.
Because I ain't qualified.
Wow.
My brother, when it comes to journalism, you're not qualified to critique me like that.
Stephen A., thank you for saying that. Right? If Mase is not qualified to criticize you in your occupation, right? In journalism, right? He can't critique you, which is bullshit, right? But we're gonna go off your fucked up narrative. This was triggered me. Okay, he said that, right? Now, Stephen A., how many times did Roland Martin, plenty of politicians, people that does politics, that's what they do. They've been to school for this shit. And they keep telling you, stop talking about politics. You ain't qualified. But you continue to keep saying shit. You keep critiquing some shit that you don't comprehend very well. You don't know shit about politics. You just like a regular voter, right? A lot of voters do not really educate themselves in politics when they vote. Not really. They just vote, right? They go over feelings and shit like that instead of really putting in the work to figure out if this candidate is good or not. That's who you are. People keep telling you, start speaking on shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You be wrong about shit in politics. But you continue to open your big ass mouth. So now you want to tell Mase he can't criticize you because you're a real journalist? He's not qualified? Nigga, you don't be qualified to talk about politics, but you still do. So the nerve of you, nigga. The nerve of this goofy nigga. Unbelievable. You can't make this shit up. This nigga is literally sitting here telling Mase that he can't He's not qualified to speak on him because he's not qualified. But you continue to speak on others in politics and another whole occupation that you definitely ain't qualified for, and you continue to keep doing it. You don't put the work in. You don't educate yourself. You are not educated. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, people. You can't make this up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This nigga said this to Mase. Are you kidding me?
Qualified. My brother, when it comes to journalism, you're not qualified to critique me like that.
Wow.
Because first things first, you are incredibly inaccurate. Number one.
Wow.
Jaylen Brown and I don't have a beef. So what? He got emotional. Fuck Stephen A, B, and C. So what? You
Stephen
didn't
A. Oh, he got listen, and that's another thing of trying to gaslight a nigga. Talking about, oh, he just got emotional. No, motherfucker. Listen, let me just say this. When people like, oh, he just got emotional. First of all, bro, you talk about you being emotional right now by responding to Mase. What are you talking about? Jaylen Brown was so emotional, he responded to you and said, fuck Stephen. Yeah. You responding to Mase and telling him he unqualified to speak on you. You being emotional, nigga. I get sick of people saying that shit. You being emotional. Bitch, what the fuck? What emotion you want me to be? I mean, I have different types of emotions with certain shit, but one of the things is always emotional. You always emotional about some shit when somebody's coming after you or saying some shit about you. Of course you're going to be emotional. That old narrative, oh, look at him, he all emotional. What? You saying shit about me. And like I said, I don't give a fuck who you are. If a motherfucker keep attacking you, you gonna get emotional. Emotions run with anger, fear, being aggressive, speaking loudly, or cussing people out. All that shit is emotional. Everything is emotional. No matter what you do, even if you pretend that you don't get emotional about shit, that's an emotion there. Because you're trying to control your emotion. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Sick of people saying shit like that. He trying to gaslight motherfuckers.
Number one, Jaylen Brown and I don't have a beef. So what? He got emotional. Fuck Stephen A, B, and C. So what? You didn't hear him say anything about me over the last 2 years because we didn't have an issue over the last 2 years. When he had an issue with me, it was because I reported, I got a text on the air where somebody in the know that it was confirmed by 2 other individuals that it was absolutely true, that Jaylen Brown, who is a brilliant brother and a tremendous player, whose resume warrants attraction from Madison Avenue and beyond, wasn't getting those things because he wasn't liked, because he was perceived as difficult to deal with.
No, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said that they said that he thinks that he's the smartest person in the room. He has to dumb himself down. He has to play like he's stupid. Basically, paraphrasing a little bit, but you didn't say that he was difficult to work with. You ever notice when people say you're difficult to work with? Now, it's some people that are very difficult to work with. Nobody's denying that. But usually, when people stand up for themselves, don't let people take advantage of them and shit, they are the people that a lot of the people they always say that's difficult to work with. You just can't get over on, oh, they being difficult. What? Because I won't let you take advantage of me. So somehow, some way that means I'm being difficult. I'm being difficult to work with. People, and this is the real reason why, like any occupation, doing extra shit, helping people and shit like that. That's why a lot of people just be on some I'm about doing my own shit. I'm about me. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. That's why people like that. That's why the country is the way it is. Because you got people that's in positions that always trying to take advantage of a motherfucker. And then when they like, nah, I'm not doing that. No, I see the shit happen so many fucking times where I work. And then niggas, they blow up. And I'm like, yo, that's because you allowed it. You allow motherfuckers to take advantage of you. Like, you gotta let motherfuckers know where you stand right away. You can't wait till shit get to a certain point. And then a lot of times, yo, even if you are great or good at what you do, motherfuckers will get mad at you because you won't do what other sucker ass niggas will do. You ain't following a leader. I'm not a follower. What the fuck am I following for? I'm not doing what everybody else do. What they allow you to do. I won't allow you to do that to me. But if you say that shit, you stand on business with shit like that, people call you difficult to work with. I can't work with him, man. He's being difficult. Like, no, motherfucker, just understand I'm not doing that. Just because other motherfuckers do that, don't mean I'm going to do that. You don't have no motherfucking morals or self-respect for yourself, or those people don't have no morals or self-respect for themselves, or some of them just don't know no better. But I know better. And I got morals and principles. I got self-respect. It's certain shit I ain't going to do. You ain't getting me to do it. But anytime you stand up for yourself or don't let people take advantage of you, you're being difficult to work with. Fuck out of here. Listen, everybody ain't built like that. Everybody ain't okay with motherfuckers taking advantage of you for a little minute and then say, look, I'm going to look out for you on the back end, though. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Nah, everybody ain't built like that. And people probably already been through that before and see how that shit work. And they know better not to allow that shit to happen to them again. So, like I said, the person ain't being difficult. They're just not letting you take advantage of them. But anyway, that's not what that nigga said.
And beyond wasn't getting those things because he wasn't liked, because he was perceived as difficult to deal with. That's reporting. Now, for some people that want to say, well, you know what? Who's your source? Because remember, he wore the t-shirt saying, state your source, state your source. It's right there. Remember all of that? People report on the White House. Do they tell their sources? People report on the Supreme Court. Do they tell their sources? People report on Wall Street. Do they tell their sources? People report on industries.
Listen, people, I don't think what Stephen A. Smith is saying he's not wrong. The problem with Stephen A. is how he says the shit, and it almost come off as you at the times when he does it, a lot of times it comes off as he's trying to. It's like he's getting personal, right? Like you like it comes off that way. It's his temperament. I put it that way. It's his temperament. It's how he say shit, and a lot of motherfuckers got a problem. Listen, Stephen A. Look, I want people to understand. It's not Stephen A. ain't saying nothing wrong. It happens in a business. It happens in a lot of different occupations, right? Like you brought up, government. I get it. He's right. The problem is you're not just looked at as a regular journalist. And I understand that you want to pretend that you just are and you're not a black man. It's a difference, bro. It's certain shit as a black person you can't do what other motherfucking racists can do, regardless of what occupation you in. And I'm sorry for some black people feel like that's a burden for them. Well, stop speaking on black power then. Just say you're a black individual. But stop speaking on like you're a part of the community. You're trying to help the community. Well, if you understand that, it's certain shit as a black person you can't do what white people can do, or people that's in different races of people. Excuse me, in your occupation, you can't do certain shit they can do. You got to be very careful. And for some weird reason, I don't know if Stephen A. Smith don't know that, or he forgot about that, or he don't care anymore. But either way, it's fucked up. So yes, as a black person, there's certain shit you can't do. Like when I be at a job, motherfuckers be talking about other motherfuckers like that. I ain't going around, and I know a lot of shit. I ain't going around speaking how bad a person is and shit. You get what I mean? Because it's probably a couple motherfuckers in there probably talk bad about me. Or the same motherfuckers that told me shit about another motherfucker probably saying the same shit about me. Because I don't go by their rules. I don't do what they do. I don't bow down and shit like that. Even though the person could be wrong. But I'm not going around shitting on that person. I might say, yeah, that shit is wrong, but, and I'll leave it as that. Like, I'll put it this way. Whatever I say to somebody else about another person, I would say it to them. Right? It was like the one chick that worked with me and shit, she was wild. She was a crazy young chick. And she used to be wilding out. I used to tell her, like, yo, you be wilding, you need to chill. But everything that they was telling me about her already, and then I said what I said to her. I ain't talk too crazy about her. But everything I did say to them, I said to her already before they even said the shit to me. That how she is. I knew it already. So I used to tell her, like, yo, you be wild and chill out. Like you doing too much. Like I get it. They be on bullshit. I understand, but you gotta understand. Stop talking to these motherfuckers. Like I be trying to give advice, even though I know the person I'm talking to on bullshit too. Right? But I'm not going around talking bad about the sister, the young sister like that. No. To other people like she this and she that. Even the motherfuckers say bad. I mean, okay, cool. I'm not going around talking about people like that. And anything I say about anybody, I said, they already know how I feel about it. Unless it's a motherfucker that I don't really talk to at all. I ain't gonna say too much, but I just be like, I don't fuck with him like that. Nah. Ain't, you know what I mean? Ain't my type vibe. Like I'm on that type of shit. Even if a motherfucker I don't fuck with him. He ain't my type vibe. But motherfuckers probably come tell me all about him. I don't fuck. Because I don't fuck with him anyway. So the fuck I gotta keep talking about it for? First of all, I don't know him like that to be talking about the motherfucker like that. I actually keep my distance from people I don't fuck with. I intentionally try to do that. But This nigga Stephen A, he don't get it, bro. But like I said, to all my black folks that's watching this shit, listen, as a black person, we got a responsibility. We got a different type of responsibility. Yo, we can't be in situations where I know some other people be on some fuck shit, but we can't be moving like how white people move or other motherfuckers move. First of all, I don't fuck if they black. If black people act in a certain type of way, you can't act like that. But that's where it comes in with morals and self-respect for yourself and how you carry yourself. Just because other black people doing shit don't mean I'm okay with that shit. But I'm not gonna sit there. I understand I'm a black man. I understand how people already probably listen. If that black person already you most likely that black person is already getting talked about very bad. Like motherfuckers already talking about that person. Why the fuck am I pile on for that? Pile on to that. Especially if the motherfucker ain't did nothing to me. Half the time they ain't did nothing to them, but they don't like how this person is acting or how they acting or what they're doing. You get what I mean? So we gotta understand we can't act like everybody else. As black people, we can't. Sorry, I don't give a fuck what occupation you in. We gotta move right. Fuck that. Don't listen to this nigga Stephen A.
Their sources. People report on the Supreme Court. Do they tell their sources? People report on Wall Street. Do they tell their sources? People report on industries throughout America. They don't reveal their source. Why? Because you'll never get the information. Are you going to sit up here with a straight face, Mace, and say you've never been a source for somebody that's licensed to disseminate information?
Yeah, and Mace said it one time when he did some shit. He was like, because the whole shit, people remember the whole shit. People talking about the steroid shit with LeBron. He said, man, I know some people, but he never came out and said that shit. He doesn't even shit on LeBron like that. He just said, I don't like. It's almost. Listen. I think people don't. Stephen A. just don't understand, bro. Like when I go after LeBron, I'm going after his game, right? And I'm going after how he does shit in the NBA, and it's not getting personal, right? But to a certain extent, right? But I always big up LeBron. I like LeBron as a person. I love LeBron. Like, the shit that he does outside of the game, the shit that he accomplished, he a fucking billionaire before he even retired. LeBron probably been a billionaire probably 5 years ago. He probably was a billionaire then. So, I don't take nothing away from LeBron. But him, as a basketball player, no. But that's not personal. That's basketball. I can separate that. I know not. Have you ever heard me talk bad about his kids? Or him being a father? Or his wife? Or like, you get what I mean? Or people that friends of LeBron and some shit like, you don't get personal like that, bro. Especially when you don't know a motherfucker like that. Stephen A. don't, just like I don't know LeBron personally like that, he don't know LeBron personally like that. Because LeBron literally don't fuck with him. It's a difference. LeBron don't fuck with him. I'm a fan. It's different. He might not like what I say. LeBron fans might not like what I say for basketball. LeBron might not like it, but he can't be mad at me. But he literally don't like Stephen A. because he got personal. And they've been having this little thing that they have for us, they don't like each other long before. But LeBron just never said nothing. Honestly.
Are you going to sit up here with a straight face, Mace, and say you've never been a source for somebody that's licensed to disseminate information?
Oh, and I want to say this too. Everybody know, I know people that know Tank. Give me sources. I don't get too personal. It's shit that they tell me I can't say. I won't say. You notice, and I'm not being biased about it, right? Tank going through his shit with the court shit. Like I said, this nigga gotta get his life together. I told the motherfuckers that I know that know Tank, like, yo, this shit don't look good. He gotta get his shit together. Nigga feeling himself. I've been real. I ain't gonna say too much that I said, but like, and what they said, I'm like, yo, this shit don't look good. I was like, I ain't even talking about this nigga until he get his shit together. However this court shit, however it goes. But I'm not talking about this nigga. He ain't boxing. So what the fuck am I talking about? What he going through is personal. I'm not, fuck out of here with that. I want to see this nigga box. But he's, whatever the fuck he's got himself into, he's not boxing. It's not entertaining. And in the times that we in, niggas will forget you. But that's what I'm saying. Stephen A, they always keep talking about my sources say this and say, like, dude, come on, bro. I know sources that, like I said, close to Tank, they told me shit about Tank too. That I can get real personal on and say certain shit. But I won't. And I won't threaten the nigga or no shit like that. Even with a lot of them motherfuckers. Come on, bro. You're a journalist, bro. He supposed to know better than that. But his thing is, it comes off as when he be talking about that shit, it comes off as like he's threatening the fucking athletes. Like it's a secret. It's only a secret because of your source. Y'all made it a secret. Like even with my source. We'll take it. That's between us. It's a secret. But you don't throw that shit in the athlete face because you ain't gonna say nothing. And that's my problem with Stephen A. Smith. He be threatening people with information he know and sources that told him certain shit. And you ain't gonna say nothing. That was Jaylen Brown point the first time when they got in that shit. Tell the source, tell who it is. The problem is you ain't gonna say nothing. So stop bringing this shit up. Stop like fake threatening me. And stop trying to make me look bad. Because whoever your source is, they got the balls to say it to me. Mind you, it's in its own organization. They ain't gonna pull up to the side like, look, you ain't getting these deals like that because, you know, you come off as being a little arrogant. That's a conversation. That's what real motherfuckers do. But these motherfuckers so fake that they won't even say this to Jaylen. They're in an organization and they won't say nothing to him. So how's a motherfucker like Jaylen be loyal or respect these people or feel comfortable that you knowing these motherfuckers, these execs or whoever the fuck they may be leaking shit to a fucking reporter saying that you ain't likable and you difficult to work with and it wasn't even difficult to work with. They were saying you act like you argue, you act like you the smartest person in the room. Like, say that shit to me. Because maybe I can explain. Maybe you don't know me as well as you think. Right? And sometimes people, personality and how they move and how they act sometimes can rub people the wrong way. But sometimes when you get to know a motherfucker, you be like, okay, I thought this, but motherfucker cool, man. I like, yo. But you can't be doing this shit that Stephen A. and these execs be doing. That should be bullshit.
You never said anything off the record. You never said a thing to a soul that said, look, man, don't quote me. You've never done that. I'm not saying I know that to be true because I don't know. Maybe you did. I'm just saying, if you...
First of all, you know the bad part about that is that if a motherfucker is saying, don't quote me of saying something, that means like, nigga, well, what the fuck are you even telling me for? Like, that's how I would be as a journalist. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Right? Like, I got my source, and but taking shit, they ain't never said I shouldn't say the shit. Right? Well, I can't say that. They might say, yo, that's between us. I'm like, all right, cool. But it ain't nothing crazy. It's just that you don't want to leak certain type of information. Right? Like, I'm not asking, like, even when I talk to motherfuckers that no take, I'm not asking them, like, yo, why the fuck is this nigga out here keep getting involved in that bullshit? I'm not asking that. I'm just asking for information of what's really going on. What's his respective, like his point of view. I'm not asking for dirt. I'm not asking a person for the source of like, give me dirt. Like, and the source will take, they ain't calling me and be like, oh, but hey, yo, he did this and he did that. They're not doing that. I believe that shit is some phony shit. That's some fraud shit. They are cowards that do that shit. Motherfucker call you on, because what he said, mid of the show, some executive, some people that know in the organization said this about Jaylen Brown and said, don't quote me. What? Well, if you felt that way, or people around felt that way, keep that shit to yourself then. See, you could, if I'm a real journalist, you couldn't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Don't tell me shit that you won't say. Nah, man. That's me being too real. My bad, people. That's me being too real. I forgot we live in this fake ass fantasy land in America. And mind you, this shit been going on a long time, but that's how phony people been. Give me 1 second, people. I'll be right back. All right, people, I'm back. Let's get back into it. Listen, that just might be me. I might be a little too real for shit like that. That's probably like certain shit I won't do. Like I can't get into like I couldn't run for like office or some shit like that. I'll be way too real, bro. Like I'll be way too real. Motherfuckers, and a lot of occupations, you gotta be a little fake and phony. Right? And I'm not saying you don't hold secrets and certain shit like that, but if I hold a secret, I hold that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just certain shit you just don't say. You know what I mean? You leave shit be. Like, honestly. Honestly, that's why, when I was beefing with niggas that were former OBF members and shit, I was saying certain shit. I was like, I go back and look at a lot of that shit. I was like, yo, I'm tripping. I'm bugging. But I was like, on some shit I was mad about. But it wasn't like people was like telling me certain shit and all that. But, right, you know, I don't know. Listen, nobody is 100% real all the time. You know what I mean? Nobody perfect. But, yo, like, that type of shit that he talking about, yo, like, I get it. But if somebody was to do, put it this way, I understand it. But if people are telling you that shit, you don't threaten other motherfuckers that you don't like what they say about you. Y'all get to going back and forth, then you start threatening them with the information that you got. That shit is crazy, bro. Like I genuinely don't understand that. And that just could be because the way how I was raised or how I grew up. But it is what it is.
You never said a thing to a soul that said, look, man, don't quote me. You've never done that. I'm not saying I know that to be true because I don't know. Maybe you did. I'm just saying, if you didn't do it yourself, you certainly are aware of the fact that that has happened before. Not to bring up P. Diddy in any kind of negative connotation or anything like that, because he's got enough problems. But the fact of the matter is that when you see the documentaries on him and things of that nature, you know that he had sources. You know that he had people that he could reach out to and disseminate information in his spin. What I'm trying to say to you is that because you're from that world, Mase, and you're experienced in that world, you know that happens. Why all of a sudden...
First of all, I thought he was unqualified. Now he's qualified all of a sudden? Right? Like, I told you, this nigga always contradicts himself. He said in the beginning that Mase was not qualified to say anything about him, right? About this situation. Now, he's saying, make sure you understand, it happens in your industry. These things happen. These sources happen. But I thought that he was unqualified. He shouldn't know anything, right? Because he's unqualified. This nigga tells on himself, man. He contradicts everything he says. Nigga's a hypocrite, man. 1 minute the dude is unqualified to be speaking on you, but now you're telling everybody he should know this. This happens. Now you're telling everybody he's qualified because he should know these things. I mean, well, what is it?
What I'm trying to say to you is that because you're from that world, Mase, and you're experienced in that world, you know that happens. Why all of a sudden that it happens in the world of sports reporting is it foreign? Because I can assure you the person stacking, I don't know who you were talking to because I couldn't see it on camera, and I apologize for that. I assure you that the person that you was asking about journalism doesn't have 30 plus years of experience like I do.
So what? She went to school for it. And all he asked her was, do they supposed to get personal? That's what makes asked her. All this other shit you talk about, sources and all that, nigga, that's just a deflection of your bullshit. Mase asked her, do you get information? He admitted that. Do you supposed to get personal? And she said no. That's all she said. And undo this shit you talk about, sources, nigga. You get personal. And for some weird reason, you know that you do, and you trying to gaslight us that you don't, or you ignorant to it, or you just don't know what the fuck you doing. But however you look at it, nigga, you get personal. You start threatening people with information that sources told you because they disagree with you or they call you out on some of your bullshit. That's what you do. But let's move on.
You were talking to because I couldn't see it on camera, and I apologize for that. I assure you that the person that you was asking about journalism doesn't have 30 plus years of experience like I do. They haven't had a history of breaking stories the way that I've broken stories.
Well, Stephen A., and let's do this too again. Roland Martin has been telling you and other political people that is in that world, been doing it for 30 plus years. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, and you shouldn't be speaking on shit, but you continue to do it. So what you talking about, bro? What are you literally talking about? This nigga just be rambling, just saying crazy shit, contradict himself every time he speaks. I told you, listen, debating Stephen A. Smith will be easy for me. It'd be easy work. Easy work. Because he literally forgets that, nigga, you be on camera saying this shit. We in a technology era, nigga. This shit don't go away. So all this bullshit that you saying, or you have been doing, and then you try to come back and try to explain your stupid ass self about the shit you talking about, that you wrong about, or criticize somebody else about, you do the same shit. The shit that you criticize others of doing, you do the same shit. You're projecting. You do that. And you don't do it good. You so obvious with it. That's how bad you are at this shit. Of being a fucking hypocrite. Being a phony. You bad at it.
Doesn't have 30 plus years of experience like I do. They haven't had a history of breaking stories the way that I've broken stories. I didn't just get on First Take running my mouth. There's a reporting resume that I have, New York Daily News, Philadelphia Inquirer.
Listen, nobody's knocking Stephen A. Smith accomplishments. You notice he always keep going to that. That's not what we're talking about. The problem we're having is that you're being lazy. People are starting to see that you are actually literally being lazy. You're not putting in the work like you used to. You're not the same Stephen A. You think you got better through time. You actually got worse. Because the more money you got, the more fame you got, the more power you got lazy. You're starting not to be respected as a sports journalist or a journalist. Nigga, listen, I told you, I just look at Stephen A. Smith at this point as a Charleston White type motherfucker. Hey, nigga, you just out here trying to troll us, bro. You out here to get clicks and views for money. That's all you doing. Even when he on ESPN, same shit. You're not putting the work in no more. You just seem lazy at this point. That's what we're calling out. And you wrong about shit and don't admit that you're wrong. Come on, if I was wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. Listen. If you too fucking arrogant to know that you're wrong, how the fuck would you know that you're wrong? You have no humanity about yourself. No humanity. Like you just don't care at this point because you feel like you on top. And as soon as somebody criticizes you, you go off the deep end just like you're doing now.
To be breaking stories the way that I've broken stories. I didn't just get on First Take running my mouth. There's a reporting resume that I have, New York Daily News, Philadelphia Inquirer, beat writer, college writer, NBA columnist, general sports columnist.
Listen, let me just say this too. Stephen A. Smith would not be as big as he is if we wasn't in this earth of fuckery, right? Even when it comes to journalists, social media, all this shit, podcast, he would be irrelevant. just like he was back in the day. Stephen A, his people that was around him, the execs, all of them, they got rid of Stephen A because he was a loudmouth. He ran his mouth just like he does now. And they fired his ass. Right? The only difference is that he's in a position now, it's an era that they need confrontation. Right? They need confrontation that to get views and shit like that, right? So Stephen A. Smith is in the right era to do the fuckery and the sucker shit that he does and says. He's in the right era for it. Back in the day, why do you think he got fired? He got fired from Fox and ESPN. Go ahead, one of the popular shows on ESPN. They fired him. It wasn't because he had bad views. His views was very good. They got rid of this nigga because of his mouth and how arrogant he was. And mind you, he's the same person, but the only difference, he got power and the money. But mainly, he got the power. And he's still underpaid. He's still underpaid. All the shit that he do, all the coonery he do, he's still underpaid. And nigga, if I'm cooning like that, nigga, you gotta give me some money. Like, I need buku money. At this point, if I'm cooning like this, nigga, I got to at least be a $500 million there. You feel me? Come on, man. Let me be real about this. Stephen A. Smith is not even a $100 millionaire. And he doing all that coonery, all this coonery shit, and he ain't $100 millionaire. The fuck out of here. But for Stephen A. Smith at this point, he getting a little money he getting, right? His whole thing is about the power. He in a position. He loved that position. I told you about people that get in positions. They've been waiting their whole life to get in a position to be the bully. Like, some motherfuckers that get mistreated, their whole purpose sometimes is I can't wait till I get in that position to do that to motherfuckers. Right? But some motherfuckers, maybe like me, other people, hey, nigga, I get in that position, I'm going to show y'all how to really actually give a fuck about the people. I wouldn't treat people that way the way you treat motherfucker, that motherfucker treated me. Because I know how that feels. I know how close I was to probably killing a motherfucker that, you get what I mean? Like, so, yeah, but some people, Stephen A. Smith is that other part of motherfuckers. Half of the world. Half of the world is like that. Probably 60% of the world is like that. Probably another 40 to 50% is opposite of that. But it is what it is.
New York Daily News, Philadelphia Inquirer, beat writer, college writer, NBA writer, NBA columnist, general sports columnist. Before the advent of social media and YouTube and all of this other stuff, 20 people came before me as general sports columnists in this nation's history. 20. I'm number 21. And we're going to ask somebody that I can't see on camera to critique what real journalism is. My brother, you got my number. All you have to do is call and ask. I'd have told you. I'd have told you. So let's...
And listen, and this is how insecure he is. right? This is how insecure he is. As I noticed, I've been noticing that he's been doing this lately. He'll run down his resume, right? To try to like somehow prove that he's more like accomplished than you are. Right? Even with people that are like he never goes at rolling mutton. You ever notice that? He never goes at rolling mutton. Because he knows better. He only go at the certain people that he knows. It's a, at this point, Stephen A is a bully. He's just going at the people because he think he's more accomplished than these people that he's going up against. Right? Or he's more qualified. Right? But he won't go at Roland Martin like that because Roland Martin would dust his ass. You notice he ain't never been on Roland Martin's show? Ever. Roland Martin always invites Steve, come on over here. He never will come. Because he knows better. He knows what he's doing is bullshit. He'll go on these other people's platforms because he think he can intimidate them. Talk over them, talk loud. Like he goes to platforms, like he went on The View, and he almost kind of like was being real. He was being arrogant, but he was kind of being a little disrespectful to Sonny. Like, nigga, she do politics. That's her shit. And you sitting there acting like, I stand on it. Had nothing really to say to come back what she said other than, I stand on what I say. And then went off on that same old bullshit that he went because he understood the platform. He understood that she couldn't get in his ass. But he will not go over there and fuck with Roland Martin that got 30 plus years in this political shit. He will not go over there. He will not sit down with Barry Suller. I'm sorry I'm fucking your name up, bro. The black brother. I don't agree with him on everything, but he's way highly more educated in this political shit than Stephen A. He won't sit down with Stephen A. I mean, Stephen A won't sit down with him. He won't go sit down with Angela Rye. A couple of people like that. Even Joy Reid. He won't go sit down with them. Or Don Lemon. He can go sit down with Don Lemon. Ain't no reason he can't go sit down with Don Lemon. He's not on CNN no more. But he thinks he's above them. Because he can go on CNN. He can go on these platforms now. He thinks he's bigger than that. But he's just an idiot. He's a fool. Trying to pretend like he knows what he's talking about. Oh, people saying I should run. Whoever telling you should run is just as stupid as you are. Whoever want to back you and push that money, they just, I guess they so rich, they stupid. They stupid rich. That's what we call stupid rich. That you just start blowing money like it ain't shit. When you know the shit is bullshit. Just blowing money on bullshit. And that's what Stephen A. Smith is, the run for president. They blowing money on stupid shit. You stupid shit. You the stupid shit, Stephen A. And let's understand something. You won't get the black vote like you think. Nigga, you worse than Herman Cain. And he was a Republican. Fuck out of here. You won't get the black vote like you think, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. Go look at the black vote that Herman Cain got. And you cut that. You probably can 2 times cut it. Because I got to go back and look how much the black vote he got. But he probably didn't get that much. You worse than Herman Cain. That should let you know something. God rest his soul. He was a piece of shit on earth. But God rest his soul. Nigga, you worse than Herman Cain. Nigga, fuck out of here. Stephen A. should be ashamed of himself. But like I said, you just notice he won't sit down with real people that know politics. Because he can't. He can't sit down with them. He's not educated in politics. He goes and hang around Sean Hannity and all them because they let him spill that right-wing nonsense. They let him just talk bullshit because they know he's gonna say some shit that they're gonna agree. That's why they let him on. To make a fool of himself. He's a buffoon. And mind you, Stephen A. Smith ain't dumb. Like I'm not saying like he don't have no intelligence. He just don't know he don't know what he's doing in politics. And he's like out there pretending. And the shit looks bad. Let's move on.
To critique what real journalism is, my brother, you got my number. All you have to do is call and ask. I'd have told you. I'd have told you. So let's get that part out of the way first. My point is, I'm not bringing you up, P. Diddy up, or anything like that in any kind of negative fashion because I got love and respect for you. What I'm saying to you
now, mind you, and that's what Stephen A. does. See, this is what we're talking about, bro. What are you talking about P. Diddy for? Whatever P. Diddy been through got nothing to do with Mase. Nothing. Nothing to do with Mase. You ain't heard nothing about Mase being involved in anything. What the fuck that got to do with Mase? P. Diddy shit is P. Diddy shit. Got nothing to do with Mase. But that's what I'm saying. That's his slick way of getting personal. Throwing shots and shit. Subliminals. And he think motherfuckers don't understand that. Because he thinks he's the smartest. He talking about Jaylen Brown. He think he the smartest thing in the room. Nobody catching that. Oh, I caught it. What the fuck? I ain't bring up P. Diddy and all that. What the fuck that got to do with Mase? Mase, you ain't heard nothing come out with Mase in anything. His whole documentary, other than he fucked Mase over business-wise. That's it. You heard nothing else about Mase or with Diddy. Nothing. That's why he left Diddy. That's why he retired the way he did. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? But that, like I said, that's his way of throwing subliminals. And that's why people be like, yo, this nigga keep getting personal. What you keep getting personal for? But anyway, let's move on.
First. My point is, I'm not bringing you up, P. Diddy up, or anything like that in any kind of negative fashion because I got love and respect for you. What I'm saying to you, Mase, is that all I'm trying to point out is you have been around people who have at least been a source to scribes, pundits, people, members of the fourth estate, which is journalism. You've been around people who we all know have utilized the media over the years. So don't act like you didn't know that. Number one. Number two.
That is not what Mase said. That wasn't his issue. You bringing up what maybe Jaylen maybe didn't know. But that's not what Mase said. Mase was talking about how motherfuckers be pushing narratives. And not, mind you, he's not talking about what Mase said. He's circling around all that shit Mase was saying. You pushing narratives and getting personal with your sources. That was the shit. He's circling around that because he can't justify his bullshit. What motherfuckers are actually accusing him of doing. Just like, I don't even understand. Listen, I can understand people that is not as bright, right? Like, I understand people that's not as bright that follow Stephen A. and think that he be speaking some shit that like, that should make sense. It doesn't. It does not. A lot of the shit Stephen A. Smith says, and I mean a lot, he does not make any sense. He contradicts everything he says. So if you contradicting the shit that you say, then you don't make sense. He's circling around everything Mase said. I just need y'all to know that.
People who we all know have utilized the media over the years, so don't act like you didn't know that. Number one. Number two.
Come on with the goddamn commercial.
Subscribe now. Jaylen Brown, what did I say about him? Go back and look at the tapes. What I said about Jaylen Brown back then is I don't feel this way about him. I think he's worthy. I think he's a star in this league. I think they're castrating him. I don't like that. He doesn't deserve that. But this is what they're saying. And he was stuck on, tell us your source, because he wanted the world to know who said that about him. I can't do that.
Well, listen. A part of me get that, but the other part of me, I told y'all as a black person in different occupations, we can't be like that. It's almost like, I'm going to tell you how that looked. And that's why I said I understand why Jaylen Brown felt the way he felt. Imagine, right? Another black man, right? A black person. And a motherfucker is talking about you, right? Of sources that he has been getting that's talking bad about you. And then he says, hey, you know what? I can't tell you who the source is. But they told me this is why he don't get this. Talk all this bad shit. So that's what I heard. Right? Now, as black people, imagine that. We black people, like, yo, nah, nigga, yo, imagine rolling around, motherfucker, say, who said that? Who the fuck said that, bro? You know how we are as black people? Well, how we've been raised, how we come up, right? In the culture, in a way, right? Motherfucker come up to you like, yo, such said this, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I can't tell you who said that shit, though, but yo, they said this about you. What, nigga? Who the fuck said it? You wound up wanting to beat this dude ass for even saying that shit about you. Actually, you might lose respect for this dude because he came up and said some shit like that. Listen, Stephen A knows this or he don't give a fuck. It's certain shit as black people you just don't do. Especially in the space of these white folks. Stephen A, regardless, you the top of the food chain. You who you are, bro. But nigga, you in that white man's world. So, yes, your accomplishments are great. We get it. But don't white people don't see you like that. Not how we see you. And for some weird reason, you don't give a fuck how we see you anymore. You only give a fuck about how your bosses, how them white people see you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool, nigga. That's why it's disrespect. That's why Jaylen Brown took that shit the way he took it. And I understand it. That's why Mase said what he said. We understand that shit. Like at a certain point, as black people, nigga, it's certain shit we can't do. I don't give a fuck what industry you in, nigga. As a black person, nigga, hey, don't tell me what somebody said in some sources. Talking bad about me. First of all, the motherfuckers ain't even got your source ain't even got the balls to say it. They won't even put their name on it. And you want me to respect that? As a man, as a person, why would I respect somebody like that? They can't tell you, I put my name on it, I said it. And that's how they felt. It wasn't like they were saying people were, they was hearing this. They were saying that's how they felt. And then they had somebody say, well, this was somebody else. This is what I overheard people say. What? Nigga, you know we don't even come from that culture. But somebody else said, well, somebody else said it can get you fucked up. You telling me what somebody else said. But like I said, niggas talking about we ain't in the hood. No, it's the culture. Black people don't really roll like that, bro. We don't roll like that. Motherfuckers come from the culture that I come from. Like, nigga, don't tell me what somebody else said. And they ain't gonna stand on it. I don't give a fuck. Don't even tell me about it. Matter of fact, if somebody came to me and said, yo, such said this about you. Well, nigga, if you ain't gonna tell me who said it, then why you telling me? I don't give a fuck. And Stephen A. Smith likes to think like, well, why Jalen Brown came after me? Because you black and you did that bullshit in that white man's world. Because the most likely was a white person told you some bullshit like that. One of them white execs. Because listen, black people don't even speak in that way, right? He said his sources say. He said his source said that he keep thinking he's the smartest person in the room. Black people don't even speak like that. Not real black folks. We don't speak like that. We'll speak a way like, oh, this motherfucker's arrogant. He think he know everything. He think he better than motherfucker. That's how black people speak. Don't talk no shit of, he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. Black people don't even speak like that. So you know that came from some type of white exec. Somebody, his white sources, some type, whatever who his sources was, they was white. The fuck out of here. My thing is, never mind. Let's move on. I'm going to get way too deep in this shit.
This is what they're saying. And he was stuck on, tell us your source, because he wanted the world to know who said that about him. I can't do that. So it wasn't really his problem with me because everybody brought up the fact that we sat down and talked with one another. He acknowledged his problem was not with me. Right there in that footage.
And he said that, right? He said, I don't really have that much of a problem with you, but by you not telling who the source is, the one thing that he did say when y'all sat down and talked into your face, he thought you was a coward. That's what he did say. That's what Jalen Brown did say to your fucking face. You don't bring that up, though. Oh, he wasn't really that mad at me. Yeah, he was. How is he going to get mad at other motherfuckers? He don't know who your source is, who the source was. How you going to be that upset? But he mad at you for saying what you said. So he's more mad at you than the so-called source you got. And he told you to your face that he thought you was a coward. Fuck out of here. Anyway, let's move on.
When I went to Boston just to interview him, his problem was not with me. His problem was, who said that to you? Who are they? And if you are not going to tell us who they are, then you have a responsibility not to disseminate that information. Fair. Here's the problem.
If it's fair, then what's the problem? Tell me what the problem is, Stephen A. If you know what he said, if you're not going to tell who the source was, he got a problem with that. And then you say, oh, that's fair. But what? Let's listen to his but what.
Who they are, then you have a responsibility not to disseminate that information. Fair. Here's the problem. It's backed up by a couple of things. Jaylen Brown turned down over $50 million in endorsement deals from major sneaker companies to pursue full ownership and creative control of his own brand, 741.
Okay.
Since his endorsement contract with Adidas ended in 2021,
Okay.
Brown had been something of a sneaker free agent, quietly developing 741.
Okay.
His philosophy on partnerships is equally deliberate. Brown has said most of his deals are done, quote, on my terms, requiring creative input, contributions to his foundation, and no clauses allowing termination if he speaks out publicly. Terms, he says, standard contracts rarely offered. His first major endorsement deal, signed in late 2025, was with Oakley, described as a multi-year collaboration blending innovation, sports style, and eyewear with plans to integrate with the 741 brand. His current known endorsements include Beats by Dre, his own 741 brand.
And let me just say this too. We need to go out and get some of them Jaylen Browns sneakers. Listen, you ain't got to wear them. Just get the bitches and keep them as a collective item or some shit. Because I got plenty of sneakers I don't even wear. I bought them bitches. I don't even wear them bitches. They just in a little plastic shoe thing I got. I probably wouldn't have wear them ever. I got some Kobe's that I got coming. I ain't never gonna wear them. Okay, listen, we gotta support Jaylen Brown. Listen, he's breaking down all this shit, and mind you, this shit sound pretty good to me. But somehow Stephen A. Smith going to make it seem like, well, this is why they said this shit about him, almost like he's agreeing with them. But let him keep going.
A collaboration blending innovation, sports style, and eyewear with plans to integrate with the 741 brand. His current known endorsements include Beats by Dre, his own 741 brand, and Pepsi.
Okay.
Is that enough reporting?
Okay. But the problem.
What I talked about was before that happened. Or during it happening. And what was the impetus that I brought up, Mace? Team USA was in Paris. It's in Paris.
I'm really not.
Goddamn commercial. Come on, man.
Extinction, not again.
Was in Paris. It's in
Okay.
Paris.
Okay. What the problem? Tell me what the problem is.
Jaylen Brown
Mm-hmm.
was in the finals
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years earlier. He was in conference finals. He'd ultimately win an NBA championship.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sitting down for this, Mace?
Okay. We listen.
The brother is a perennial better than 22, 23 point per game scorer as the second option on the Boston Celtics. It's Jason Tatum first and then him. Before Jason Tatum went down.
First of all, it been debated. Is he a second option? right? Listen, I love JT, right? I don't believe. Listen, we haven't. Listen, we have seen the Jalen Brown lead a team by himself. We ain't seen JT lead a motherfucking team by himself. We haven't seen it. And at this point, where both of them at right now, they're in their prime. So a part of me, listen, be very, very honest about it. Because I'm taught of the disrespect of the young brother. And there's no disrespect to JT, right? Although he did some fuck shit by coming back early as he did and fucked the whole front sway up. He fucked the whole, shit was going on with them in Boston, in my honest opinion. Thought it was a little selfish to me. But I'm actually hoping, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I actually hope that Boston trade with Minnesota for Jalen Brown, for Giannis. I'm good with that. You still got what's it, Turner over there at the center? Oh, I think JT be all right over there. They got some young pieces over there. They rebuilt it. Nigga, he be all right. And he number one option. Oh, yeah. He be all right. Especially in the Eastern Conference. He be all right. We haven't seen JT play to be the number one option. We ain't seen it. Sorry. We ain't seen him play without Jalen Brown or a second option. I'm not saying you don't need a second option. I'm just saying what that brother did this year by himself and a bunch of role players, because that's all they were. For him to do what he did by himself, and big up to the coaching too, but by himself, nigga, please. He's no second option to JT. Sorry. I ain't trying to hear that shit. He's no second option. Nigga, you talking about Batman and Superman at this point. It's the same shit they tried to do to Kobe with the Shaq shit. When Shaq was out and Kobe was going on a run, they was winning. Kobe was dropping 50 with number role players. Phil can't even say the big man ain't feeling it. Big man feel like we gotta get him more involved. And Kobe like, what? Nigga, I'm out here killing. Listen, that's the same shit happening to Jalen Brown with JT. What you bringing this nigga back for? Why y'all even allowing him to come back? He fucking up the front sway, nigga. He fucking up this shit. He fucking up the chemistry. Yeah, we can play with the nigga, but he ain't fully healthy. And then what happened? Look, nigga, when they did need the nigga, he couldn't play because he got hurt. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. People say, oh, it could have happened. No, he was coming off an injury, bro. He didn't injure the same fucking, like, he got a new injury because he was trying to not put too much pressure on the injury that he was recuperating from. What everybody named Mama know about injuries. You wind up fucking your other shit up because you not trying to put so much pressure on the injury that you are on. Because you ain't fully healed. And even when they say, "Oh, you healed," you still got to get in some type of game shape. Come on, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm hoping that they do that trade. Minnesota and Boston. You go and sing on us over there. Of course there'll be a threat. But they're gonna need at least half of the year to get into some type of, they connected, right, with that team, because it'll be much different. Because they don't have a power forward to do what Giannis does. They don't play with that. They play with shooters. So that'll be a whole nother different dynamic. But you put Jaylen Brown over there in Minnesota with motherfucking Tucker. I'm not Tucker. I forgot the center name. God damn, what's his name? It's not Tucker. It's it begins with a T, but it's not Tucker. Turner. Put him over there with Turner. Man, come on, man. Because Turner's underrated too. Just like they be trying to underrate, underrate fucking Jaylen Brown. Like, nigga, you put them two niggas together, they be fine. But that young, and they got a little talent over there. And then they recruit, they rebuild it too. They gonna get some draft picks, and you got free agent. Come on, bro. They be fine. Hold on, people. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I hear you, LT. All right, people, I'm back. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. What about? Oh, that's it. Listen, it ain't no. Listen, I don't think it's staged. I think them motherfuckers. Listen, Trump is not popular, right? Not to get too off the subject, y'all, but to answer my brother's question and shit. It's not staged, bro. Yo, Trump is not like y'all think he is, right? And then you got to understand, we live in a time where people are home and they're just on the fucking internet. And a lot of people find shit to fit their narrative, right? If they out their mind or not, right? Like people find shit to fit their narrative on the internet, and you can do that. Like the internet is almost like the Wild Wild West. You get whatever the fuck you want on the internet. They got their securities or certain shit, but like they tell you like you can't do certain shit on the internet on some of these platforms. But that don't mean that these people can't still get out there to be radicalized, right? Like or promote them, because you gotta look at it, right? What's the white dude that shot the dude in Tennessee? I forgot the name. Chuck, whatever the fuck his name is. But Mind you, he got kicked off all the platforms, right? But buying us talk about him, it helps him, right? So the internet, it just is what it is, bro. Like, you get what I mean? Like, people who find shit on social media, regardless of what platform it is, they find shit to fit their narrative, right? That's why, like, I always tell y'all, I don't really be on the internet as much as y'all think I do. Like, I really don't. Y'all send me shit, or I get certain shit, or I just run past some shit, right? I'm on YouTube. Like, I watch it. It's like TV for me on YouTube. But I don't, even if I see some shit, I'll be like, yo, I need to talk about that. Sometimes I don't feel like, if I start like educating myself into getting research about it, I started thinking about it, like, nah, I shouldn't talk about that shit. It's like, I start looking at shit, it's like kind of beneath me, right? Like, so, because I'm not on all the social media platforms, right? Like, I'm not on Twitch, I'm not on that shit. I'm not trying to get some type of recognition. Like, people are on the internet. A lot of people are on the internet to get, like, people to recognize them and to see them, right? Like, you know what I mean? It ain't about just being private, bro. It's just these people are not been seen in their life, so they go to find shit to fit they, like, to be noticed. That's why you get people in the chat. That's why you like, you know what I mean? Not y'all, but I'm just saying, some of these motherfuckers that be hating, that's why they do it. Like, I'm not on no, like Candace Owens, I can't stand it, but you won't catch me on Candace Owens' lives or any shit she do in her chat. Right? Like, I used to do it with the nigga Ticket TV, and then when I start fucking with him, I say, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not disagree with him. I'm not doing that. That's when, like, it's one thing to disagree with a nigga, but if you know this nigga is out here bullshitting and cooning or whatever, whoever it is, you don't go back to that shit and be in their chest to troll him. What I'm trolling you for? Nigga, it's a waste of energy. I'm a grown ass man. I got shit to do with my life. I ain't got time to be sitting there and trolling you. Like, but you get what I mean? But it's people that need to be noticed. So my point is, little bro, listen, Trump could have knew the nigga or not. It doesn't really matter. Listen, people trying to kill this dude, man. They trying to kill him because he's a horrible person and he don't give a fuck. And people that sees that shit that he doesn't give a fuck, they get radicalized or whatever the fuck happened. They get triggered and they don't give a fuck. So they go out trying to kill this motherfucker. Because they think this motherfucker really is a threat to them, to the world. Regardless of how they think. That's what they think. That's why I keep telling people, you can't keep pushing that narrative of you don't give a fuck about other people. When you push that narrative, then there's going to be people that don't give a fuck about you. And that's who Trump is. He don't care. So I say to Trump, MAGA people, why y'all so upset that people is willing to kill this motherfucker and they don't care? He doesn't care. You can lie all you want to say he care about everybody. Bullshit. When you demonize half of the country because they don't agree with you, then he don't care about everybody. Why are you lying? That's like me sitting there like I care about MAGA people. I don't. Like, I don't wish harm on them or nothing, but I don't give a fuck about these people. I won't lie to them, these motherfuckers. Stop lying. I always keep telling MAGA people, I don't want no smoke with y'all. Don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. You don't fuck with my people, I won't fuck with you. That's how it goes. Don't nobody care. I don't care about y'all that much. But if you keep putting that energy out there that you lying and pretending that you care about everybody else, but then on the same time call people stupid and dumb and they're against America and all this other shit, you do that, you show division. Why you think people ain't gonna get radicalized? that way they're gonna try to kill your dumb ass. Right? Like, and you the president. Imagine, yo, I keep telling motherfuckers, you're not getting close to Trump to kill him. That shit that happened to him, the ear shit, that's because he wasn't the president. He the president. You ain't getting, I don't even know why people even try to kill Trump. You ain't getting near him. It ain't even happening. So you just out there doing dumb shit. Like whoever that dude was, he was stupid as fuck. Not just, listen, not one because you trying to kill somebody, but, you know, then the other thing is, you weren't getting close to Trump to do nothing. Let's move on.
Is a perennial better than 22, 23 point per game scorer as the second option on the Boston Celtics. Is Jason Tatum first and then him before Jason Tatum went down? Drew Holiday and Derek White, along with Jason Tatum, were all picked for the Olympic team ahead of Jaylen Brown. Does that sound like somebody that's liked to you? Does that sound like that's somebody that's appreciated to you?
First of all, it wasn't just that. The reason, one of the reasons is because that before all that, Stephen A. already put that narrative out there. He act like he has nothing to do with that. You push that narrative by them sources that wouldn't out themselves. They wanted to, you know, pretend that, oh, don't quote me on this. But they want you to go do their dirty work. Put a narrative out there, and you did it. So you already put that narrative out there about Jaylen Brown. Nobody even know about this shit. Until Stephen A. did what he did. No other journalist. He did it. So this whole notion, he acting like Jaylen Brown shouldn't be upset with him for pushing a narrative, or Mase and them. Mase saying you pushing the narrative. You pushed the narrative. No other journalist came out and said anything like this. You probably one of the only journalists that whoever in the Boston something shit that came to other journalists and said that. I guarantee you he wasn't the only one. But he did it. And he pushed that narrative. And I'm going to tell you where a lot of that shit happened from, right? Let's just say whoever it was that gave him the sources in that organization. JT was that dude. What happened was a lot of the former players and shit like that was like, yo, Jaylen like that, nigga. He ain't no motherfucking robbing to no motherfucking people. A lot of them was saying he ain't no robbing to JT, and motherfuckers was saying like, oh, well, like like Jaylen Brown was like, he wasn't no like robbing, right? They was like, yo, nigga, he that dude. And then the finals happened. Then come on. And then the finals happened. And then the brother did what he did. Even though I believe JT should have won that shit. Like, my honest opinion. But won the finals MVP. Right? Because they was acting like, you know. But I see why people did give it to Jaylen Brown. Because he plays both sides of the ball. I get it. And still was averaging 20-something. You got to respect that. But niggas acting like JT, nigga, he was leading everybody in everything. Offensively. Rebounding. He led he let everything. This nigga's like he was top. Like, so I didn't like that they gave him that shit, but that was his like the beginning of niggas really like, oh look. But it wasn't like the motherfuckers that didn't like him in the league gave it to him, right? You got an organization that may not like yo for his arrogance or him think he's more intelligent than everybody. Like, you get what I mean? But nigga ball. He played both sides of the ball. I can see how they gave it to him. But for me, I didn't like that he got it. Because I think he should have went to JT because through the whole fucking playoffs, they just, in the finals. But I understand in the finals it's different. Right? In the finals, you know, if you play good through the whole playoffs, right, like JT did and did what he did, and then in the finals, this nigga do some shit, this one person do some crazy out of mind type shit, they give it to that person. I get it. But JT was consistent even through the whole playoffs, even in the finals. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about here? But it is what it is.
Does that sound like somebody that's liked to you? Does that sound like that's somebody that's appreciated to you?
My bad. And you see how he like mixed those two things together? You see how he said, see how some people say how he's not liked. And then he try to clean it up as see how he's not appreciated. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You doing the same shit that your sources is doing. Hiding behind your true feelings for this dude. Come on, bro.
Does that sound like somebody that's liked to you? Does that sound like that's somebody that's appreciated to you? What I said correlated and fell right in line with that reality. Go back on the airwaves, Google me, look it up, and see what I said. I defended him. What are y'all talking about? What negativity, Mase?
Listen. See, let me just say this. Right? It's almost like, yo, if I'm cool with a friend, right? We cool, right? I can criticize, I can say some good shit about my homie, but criticize him. That shit makes more sense. Right? But if I don't know a motherfucker, and excuse me, and I say some shit that crossed the line with a motherfucker I don't know, right? Now, for me, I might not think I'm crossing the line of saying what I'm saying. Because I felt like, I said what I said, but I still gave him props. It wasn't all bad. That doesn't mean shit to a motherfucker you don't know. You shitted on me and then try to big up me. Like, Stephen A., what world you live in, bro? It's almost like a motherfucker, like, you don't know a motherfucker like that. No disrespect. Right? It's how disrespectful you get ready to be. That's how I look at that shit. Because you can criticize somebody and you hoping they don't take it as disrespect. But you can't get mad at somebody just because you said no disrespect and you might not have meant it that way and they took it that way. You can't get upset at that person. And say, well, I still came at that and said something good about you. What the fuck do that mean? It don't matter. It don't matter to that person. But he live in La La Land. But anyway, let's move on.
What negativity? And then you slide in the line is a light skin, like you falling for that Kwame Brown stuff, who I'll get to in just a second. Just a few minutes. Where it's like, oh, he ain't light enough or whatever. So it implies that I'm coming after the brothers.
First of all, that's not what that means, you dumbass nigga. See, that's how you know this nigga's out of touch. Or he's just being blatantly ignorant on purpose. First of all, he was saying colorism. He wasn't saying that JT ain't black. He was saying nigga using colorism, which a lot of black people do. It's in the culture. Like, but you see how if he's ignorant to the shit of what Mace was trying to say, or he's intentionally trying to be ignorant to say stupid shit. Nigga, you know what he meant by that. Colorism. Because he light-skinned. To pick the light-skinned nigga over the dark-skinned nigga. They both niggas, but we live in real reality, Stephen A. Colorism matter when it comes to the black community. Good or bad, however you want to look at it. But it does exist. And just, this nigga. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if he playing dumb on purpose, or he just that ignorant, or he that out of touch. That's the word. Is he that out of touch? You know what Vince is saying. Listen, people, they did the same shit to Kobe. They did to Jaylen Brown. He won, Kobe wasn't as dark as Jaylen Brown, but Kobe Brown skinned. He my complexion. God rest the Mamba. Listen, you ain't light skinned it. Niggas play colorism. Stop acting like that shit don't happen in our community amongst us, which we need to stop. Don't get me wrong, but this old notion he trying to pretend he don't know what Mace meant.
Just a few minutes. Where it's like, oh, he ain't light enough or whatever. So it implies that I'm coming after the brothers. I've been covering the NBA for 30 years, bro.
Listen, at the end of the day, we all brothers, but we understand colorism, right? Some of us be on that colorism shit. I get it. But we all brothers. The fuck are you talking about? You trying to act like I'm coming at the brothers. No, nigga. You ain't coming at the brothers. Not what Mace is saying. You showing colorism. That's what he's saying. Amongst the brothers. That bullshit that a lot of, I ain't say a lot, but some of our black folks do to one another. We do it all the time. And we need to cut that shit out. That shit ain't helping none of us. Listen, I told y'all, it doesn't even really matter. Sometimes even with the colorism shit, if a nigga's a sellout, right? Like you get dark-skinned black people sell their young people out. That's not colorism. They just hate being black, right? But there's some black folks that use colorism. Some think they better than others. Dark-skinned black people think they better. They're more black, right? And then there's some light-skinned motherfucking black people that think they're better. That's always been that colorism shit, right? But people act like they don't understand that. But anyway, let's move on.
You know how many friends I have in the NBA? You really falling for that okie dokie? You thinking you falling for that line that all of these brothers can't stand me? Really? They don't even have any idea how many friends I have.
First of all, Mase didn't even say none of that. That's him. Once again, I told y'all, it's his own shit that he feels. Mase never said that he had no friends in the NBA. He brung that up. It's all a reflection. Everything he's saying is a reflection of how he genuinely feels. Trying to pretend, oh, I got friends in the NBA. Because he feeling that he don't got friends in the NBA no more. Like he used to. It's all a reflection. He's trying to act like Mase is saying some shit that he ain't said, he didn't say, that he's trying to use as like he's this victim of all the bullshit he has said and done. This dude is unbelievable. You can't listen. I told y'all you can't make this shit up with this buck dancing bonanza ass nigga.
Falling for that okie dokie? You thinking you falling for that line that all of these brothers can't stand me? Really?
Ain't nobody said that. Nobody said that.
They don't even have any idea how many friends I have in the league. They have no clue.
Is they players? Or is they the execs now? Does it seem like you ain't with the players? You with the execs. You friends with the execs than the players. So, I mean, nigga, like that's what I said. He contradicts himself, but at the same time, he tells on himself. And you can poke holes through the shit that he's talking about because he doesn't tell the whole truth. He's trying to make himself look good. And the bad part about it, for nothing. Just admit you was out of pocket, nigga. That's it. But he can't admit it.
Because why is that something that you broadcast? But the fact of the matter is, how about things that I've said publicly? I know that the name LeBron is going to come up and Stephen A's hating on LeBron. You mean the guy I call the second greatest player in the history of basketball? You mean the guy that I said belongs on the Mount Rushmore of basketball?
First of all, you already out of pocket for that. And I think you just kissing ass to LeBron so it won't seem that you're coming off that he's the second greatest basketball player because he ain't. I don't give a fuck how many stats he got. LeBron is not the second greatest basketball player ever. Nigga, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar broke a lot of that stat of LeBron that he broke it. And nobody was talking about he was better than Michael Jordan. Like, stop it. And now this nigga come and he does that shit and he got less championships than Michael and Kareem. And somehow, some way, he's better than Michael Jordan. That's what totally bothers me about LeBron James fans. And even for this goofy nigga to say, you kowtowing to LeBron to make it seem like you ain't hating. I believe you hate LeBron, literally. Because he don't like you. Instead of you understanding that everybody don't like you, you're sitting there trying to pretend that you putting them the second greatest basketball player ever over Kobe, over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, over Magic, over Tim Duncan. The fuck out of here. This nigga lost to Tim Duncan in the finals. The fuck are you talking about? That nigga went, if I'm not mistaken, he probably lost to Tim Duncan twice. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. The fuck out of here. LeBron James, get him the fuck up out of here. How the fuck are you the greatest, you better than Tim Duncan, and he beat your ass twice. Because I believe he beat LeBron James twice in the finals with a super team and when he didn't have a super team. And somehow this nigga is better than Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan got 5. Get the fuck out of here. Like, listen. Like I said, I don't get mad at people like, oh, Tim Duncan. They believe Tim Duncan had a better career than Kobe or whatever, right? It's a conversation. I put it that way. Right? You break shit down. No, he's not. He's not a better player than Kobe Bryant. He don't have better accolades than Kobe. So, no. And like I told y'all, what they all hold over Kobe is because he was with Shaq. But niggas keep forgetting. And that 3-beat, Shaq would not have won those championships without Kobe Bryant. He would have never have won that. He wouldn't won any of them championships without Kobe. He wouldn't have. These are facts. This ain't no shit of some shit you make up or No, he wouldn't have never won those championships without Kobe fucking Bryant. He would have never won them. Kobe saved his ass plenty of times. And then you got to understand how young Kobe was. This was a young Kobe. You got to understand, Shaq was like in his prime when he was winning when they 3-peated. Shaq was in his prime. Kobe wasn't even in his prime. And he helped Shaq win them championships. Niggas keep forgetting that. How young Kobe was. Niggas acting like Kobe was scoring 17 points. He was under 20. No, nigga. He was scoring over 20-something points. This nigga went on a run of scoring 50 points a game. He started that record. The fuck are y'all talking about? No, sorry. It's even with Tim Duncan. Listen, as great as Tim Duncan is, as great as he is, and not to knock him, but Tim always seemed like a role player. And it could have just been a system, but Kobe had a system too. And he still, you see him outshine the system. So when mothers be trying to compare Tim Duncan, Kobe, they got to, no, nigga, they're not the same player. They're not on the same level. Sorry. Kobe's a little above him. Tim is there. Don't get it twisted. But he's not Kobe. Sorry. I watched both of them niggas play. Sorry, in the same era. No. Tim is not Kobe Bryant. Sorry. Let me tell you something. As great as Tim was, right? Listen, and Tim, it was very skilled. One thing about Tim, he was very skilled. As skilled as he was, if he didn't win the championships he won, nobody talking about Tim Duncan, nigga. Nobody's talking about him. Listen, I think if Tim Duncan only won 2 championships, they would still put the pedophile, what's his name? What's the pedophile name? God damn, I don't know why I can't think of him. Nigga that's behind him. Because I don't knock his skills. He who he was. He's the second greatest power forward of all time. But he's a pedophile. Karl Malone. Thank you, L. Listen, if Tim just would have won 2 championships, ain't nobody talking about Tim Duncan is better than fucking Karl Malone. Stop. Let's just be real. We're not having this conversation. We're not having it. We're not having it. We're not having that conversation. Because we know how great Karl Malone was. You know he was a fucking pedophile. But we know how great he was as a basketball player. We're not playing those games. That's why, like, even though we got Tim as the greatest power forward all time, that's because he got them chips. He got them chips. As a basketball player, Karl Malone is better than Tim Duncan. As a basketball player. Yes. He's better. But overall, accolades, skills, Tim better. Because his accolades is better. That's it. But skill-wise, listen, you can even say they damn near close. I just think that Karl Malone skill-wise was better. But they damn near equal. But Tim gonna win that always because he got the accolades. He got them chips. But if Tim only had like 1 or 2 chips, right? He got 5, right? So come on now. But if he had 2, I don't know if we putting Tim Duncan up there. It'd still probably be Karl Malone, greatest ball forward ever. Like, let's just be real. But he got them chips. He got the accolades. And it's respected. And we got to respect them on that. It wasn't like the skills were so far off. I just think that Karl Malone was more skilled. But come on, man. We can't play those games like that. Like, people be sitting out there playing these games and like Tim Duncan was like this much better than fucking Karl Malone. He was not. Sorry. He just had better accolades. That's it. And you have to give him that. You have to give him. I have to give him that. But skill-wise, no. He was not better than Karl Malone. No. That's why I told y'all. Until Tim Duncan came, it wasn't nobody. You wasn't talking about nobody was the best power forward. It was fucking Karl Malone. He was there by himself, bro. Dennis Rodman, nigga, he was a power forward slash, like he played all positions down there he can, right? Like far as like defensive wise, he's a defensive player. But he was really a power forward. Nigga, ain't nobody putting Dennis Rodman in that same realm with fucking Karl Malone. Fuck out of here, bro. Stop. Like, that's what I mean. Like, And you think about all these other niggas that play power forward, ain't nobody even naming them niggas. Like, even when I do my top four, like 5 power forwards, I only can name really 3. Out of that is what it is. Of course, it's Tim. Then it's Karl Malone. Then out of that is excuse me, people. Sean Kemp. That's it. I don't know who the fuck else you putting there. Maybe no, hold on. That's not true. At number 4, I'll probably put Moses Malone. Moses. Put Moses at number 4. And shit. It's a debate between him and Sean Kemp. So they could switch from 3 to 4. But I don't know who that 5 is. Honestly. But don't get that shit twisted about motherfucking Karl Malone. He a pedophile. But as a basketball player, nah. Tim Duncan is not better than him as a basketball player. Overall, yes, he's better. Because he got the skills that match Karl Malone shit in a way, right? He's close to it, right? But Karl Malone don't got the accolades that Tim got. He doesn't. And that's mainly because he ain't got no chips. So, I'm just telling y'all, get that shit twisted about Karl Malone, nigga. I don't like the nigga. Can't stand him. That's why I told you I don't be biased about shit. I can't stand Karl Malone. I think he a pedophile. Well, I know he a pedophile. But, nigga, fuck out of here. Skill-wise, no. He ain't the power forward I seen that was better than him. Not one. Sorry. I don't give a fuck what era it is. Ain't no power forward was better than him. Not one. Nigga, he had more points than Jordan. Man, people out there, oh, Jordan. No, nigga. Karl Malone was slowed down when he hit his prime. That was the crazy shit about it. People don't really realize that. Karl Malone, it was weird that Karl Malone, when he got in his prime, he just slowed down. Like, he was in his prime, and that nigga just, like, hit the next year at this, like, at almost somewhat to the end of his prime, and just slowed down. Like, he wasn't the same no more. It's like, what the fuck is that? I ain't never seen a player do that. Ever. Niggas usually had to get hurt or something like that, but he just slowed straight the fuck down. He wasn't the same after his last year of him being in his prime. I guess sitting there going through that Western Conference like that put some time on your body and shit. And then you get over there, and then when you do get to the finals, Michael Jordan there. I mean, that's gonna fuck up everything. That ain't just gonna fuck you up physically. It's gonna fuck you up mentally. Because Jordan was mental. He's fuck you up, nigga. Fuck you up mentally. So I get it. I get it. Not shout out to Karl Malone because he's a pedophile, but as a player, Karl Malone was the shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. I know we put Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward, but nigga, it's only because of his chips and his accolades. But as a player, no, he wasn't better than fucking Karl Malone. It's that shit they do to LeBron. Like, we get it, nigga. Your stats. We get it. As a player, even in his stats, listen, let me say this about LeBron, right? Because people think I'll be hating on LeBron. I just be bringing up facts. I just told you about Karl Malone. Only thing that fucked Karl Malone up is that he ain't got no chips. His stats is there. But it's that one stat that he doesn't have. He has no chips. He has no chips. Listen, if he had one we probably maybe even would debate if it'd still be a big debate if Tim Duncan is the best power forward of all time if he had one chip, right? It's like Charles Barkley. It's the same shit. I'm sorry, my bad. Damn, I put it out there. I said Charles Barkley, nigga. My bad. Charles Barkley is 3. Charles Barkley is 3, and then there's Moses Malone at 4, and then there's Sean Kemp. I'm sorry, I apologize. My bad, Charles. Charles Barkley, come on, man. Fuck out of here. Listen, it's arguably, that Charles Barkley could be 2. Like, honestly, just off the skills. Nigga was 6'4", doing the shit that he was doing. Like, go back and watch Charles Barkley, nigga. Seriously. That nigga was 6'4", playing the power forward. And was coming down with the ball. Nigga was talking, you talking about all these new niggas coming out with the ball, they 6'7". Yo, it wasn't a whole bunch of niggas that was 6'4" coming down as a power forward and getting in the post and posting niggas up like that. And them niggas was big, but they played big basketball back then. They ain't play this shit that a lot of this shit y'all play now. Niggas was backing niggas down. Come on, man. My bad, Charles. Fuck out of here. Y'all keep forgetting about Charles Barkley, nigga. Yeah, he 3. And listen, it's a debate of him and fucking Karl Malone. Seriously. Listen, no lie. My opinion, if I had to pick between him and Charles, and not because of his shit with the pedophile shit with Karl Malone. It got nothing to do with it. As a basketball player, as basketball, I'm taking Charles. I ain't gonna say I'm taking Charles Barkley. Nigga 6'4". Fuck out of here, man. That nigga Charles Barkley was mean, nigga. He was something different. That nigga was different. Listen, I ain't seen nothing like that. That's why when Draymond Green came out his mouth disrespecting Charles Barkley, nigga, y'all the same size and y'all ain't never been on the same level. Because Charles Barkley could defend Draymond Green because he can't shoot. Charles Barkley can shoot. That nigga had all the offensive shit. He tried to act like, oh, Steve Kerr stopped this growth as far as him being an offensive player. Bullshit. Bullshit, nigga. You ain't work on your offensive game. If niggas seen you, listen, if Steve Kerr seen you knowing that you can shoot and practice and he seen you working on some shit, you think he wouldn't run no plays for you? You out your goddamn mind. That's why I told you that nigga full of shit. That nigga Draymond Green, that nigga's delusional. And then try to like disrespect Charles Barkley like that. I got rings. Your rings still don't mean shit. Charles Barkley, even though you got your rings and you can go in the Hall of Fame with Chuck, ain't nobody in a right goddamn mind is going to say that Draymond Green was better in his career as a basketball player. Even with your rings, overall, with your rings, was better than Charles Barkley. Nobody will rank you over Charles Barkley, nigga. Even with your rings. That should let you know how much your rings don't mean shit. Goofy ass nigga. Let me All right, people, I'm back. Yeah, man. Like, yo, don't let these niggas fool you with this new shit. Like, right? Like, I don't knock the new shit. You know I'm not young shit, new shit, right? But niggas, when niggas disrespect the elders, right? And then these niggas ain't even on the same level as the elders because they in a time right now that they shining. They think they better than the elders. Like, you wasn't. What's the bring this up? Going off strip a little bit too. What's this nigga name? Max B disrespecting Big Daddy Kane? What? How's even anybody? I don't give a fuck you young, old, my age, whatever. How the fuck y'all allowing this nigga to get away with this? Even if you're a fan of Max B, how you allow him to get away with that sucker ass shit that he said about Big Daddy Kane? Like, nigga, you don't exist in hip hop without him. Talking about him, he ain't doing what I'm doing right now. Nigga, listen. Let me be real. Then this may be just me. I'm gonna put that out here right now. Maybe it's just me. Because like I said, I listen to old school shit. I listen to the shit that I grew up on. And I listen to some of the young shit. So I'm very aware of what's the fuck going on from generations. Right? I'm a hip hop dude. This is my shit. This is my culture. I fucking love my culture. I love hip hop culture. Right? I'll take the good. I'll take the bad with the good. Right? How you let it? I don't give a fuck what generation you from. How you let a nigga disrespect the pioneers of something? Hip hop don't exist, even if it's new shit and y'all think this is the best shit y'all ever heard. This shit don't exist. Y'all new shit don't even exist without the pioneers. You don't even have a voice to speak, to listen to this shit or speak this shit. To have the slang and the swag that we got. Even y'all slang and swag. Where y'all think y'all get that shit? That shit come from old school. They had their own shit. And you might think that shit, that's some old school shit. But nigga, that was swag. That was slang back then. Nobody understood that but us. And it just evolved into my generation to y'all's. Respect your fucking elders. You don't let a motherfucker like Max. First of all, let me ask y'all a question. Max B been locked up for 18 years. His whole wave that he talking about with French Montana, all that shit, and he got some shit on the radio. That's the radio. Who the fuck really listens to the radio anymore? Not you young niggas. Nobody listens to the fucking radio, but niggas my age and older. You young niggas don't listen to the radio. So for this nigga to be saying, I'm on the radio, I got shit popping out here. Nigga, fuck you. You ain't popping, and you ain't even a good rapper. You ain't even a good singer. Or harmonizer. You sound like trash. You're talking about, oh, no disrespect. He had a wave going back with Jim Jones. First of all, you don't have no wave without Jim Jones. That whole Bird Gang shit, that shit don't exist without Jim Jones. So you don't have no motherfucking push. And you disrespect that man's woman and wife and shit. That's now his wife. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this nigga... And he still come home on the same bullshit. This nigga, listen, do y'all understand how old Max B is? And I get people like, he came home from jail, you know, he come from some wild shit. I get that. A lot of niggas come home from jail, be humbled. Not this goofy nigga. Like, you've been locked up 18 years, nigga. Come on, humble. No, it's just who he is as a personality. But his personality probably wasn't shit back then. And mind you, let me get y'all to understand something. Only reason this nigga, people outside of New York even know who this nigga really is, because he's a local artist. Right? Only reason niggas know him outside of New York is because of the fucking internet. And Jim Jones. When he fucking with Jim Jones. That's the only reason. And he kept calling home from jail. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Listen, I don't wish harm on a brother. Nothing like that. But nigga, don't expect motherfuckers like me. If you get us some bullshit and you fucked up with the law, don't expect me to care about it. Because like I said, I don't like motherfuckers that disrespect their elders. I don't wish harm on you, nothing like that. Don't wish shit happen to you. But if some shit happened to you, bro, don't act like I'm supposed to care about it. I don't really care. And you supposed to come home humble. What you on? Big Daddy, I stopped fucking Big Daddy Kane. He had them leopard drawers on. First of all, nigga, you know the crazy shit about these goofy ass niggas now? Talking about, oh, that shit was whack. They said the same shit about Pac now, right? I think it was the nigga Whack 100, right? And he said about Pac was like, well, remember that the video Pac was in the video and he was sitting there and he was filled with jewelry. His jewelry was covering his private parts. He was in the tub. Back in the day, ain't nobody had no fucking problem with that, nigga. All of a sudden now, you niggas want to talk about what's gay and what's not. Ain't nobody thought Pac was gay because he was sitting in the tub, jewelry covering his private parts. We all knew Pac was fucking chicks. Do you understand that when you're talking about motherfucking Big Daddy Kane, nigga, he was a no homo shit, but Big Daddy Kane was a motherfucking chocolate sex symbol, nigga. He was one of them dark-skinned niggas. It was him, Michael Jordan, and it probably was somebody else, but it was him and Michael Jordan. They were sex symbols, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? You niggas wish you could be sex symbols. Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck who you are. You wish you could be a sex symbol. Motherfucking Big Daddy Kane was a sex symbol, nigga. Him, LL, Tupac. I'm trying to think of the rappers. R&B niggas is different, but the rapper niggas, because you could be, nobody thought that Biggie was a sex symbol. And, you know, no disrespect to Biggie, God rest his soul. Nobody thought that nigga was a sex symbol. I'm trying to think, who else was that back then? It was LL, Big Daddy Kane, and Pac. And I'm trying to think of somebody else. Method Man. That's who it was. Them niggas was sex symbols, nigga. No homo, no gay shit, but them niggas was sex symbols. Yo, chicks was trying to fuck them. Even though they listen, a lot of them chicks, did they really understand the music really like that? No. Or hip hop like that, nigga, they was attracted to those dudes. So that made them want to listen to the music a little better. And the music was good. So you talking about 4 niggas that was sex symbols like that back in the day. Hey, come on, bro. R&B niggas gonna get chicks because regardless if they ugly or not. Look, what's the dude's name? Seal or something like that. I think his name was Seal. You know that nigga. You know, straight ugly. He went, but he was getting bitches because he was. I mean, women because he was. You know, he was an R&B singer. Like, you know, he was famous. But you're talking about niggas. Even though they was famous, they still was good looking, right? And they became sex symbols. Everybody ain't being a sex symbol because just because they famous. Pop, Method Man, Big Daddy Kane, and fucking LL. Them niggas was sex symbols. Shit, I even throw what's your name in there too. Y'all rest his soul. Heavy D. For him being big like that, he was a very good looking dude. Like chicks want, he was a sex symbol. For him being big like that, he was a sex symbol. It wasn't like Biggie. It was different. Like Biggie got that shit because he was famous. Mainly because he was famous. Yes, did Heavy D get it because he was famous? Part of it, yes. But a lot of that shit, he was a good looking dude. These niggas were sex symbols, bro. Telling you. Like I said, if you don't know how it feels to be a sex symbol, you don't get it. Like, it's almost like, put it this way, right? Of course, if you got money, I mean, of course, if you ain't got no money, right? You probably can fuck a couple of chicks, right? Even though you good looking. You can fuck up chicks. Right? Right? But you throw the money on top of that and the fame on top of that, with that you look pretty good, like you a good looking person, yeah. You a sex symbol at a certain point. Right? Because everybody can get some money and get a chick, and chicks be throwing themselves at a dude. But when it's chicks that you know that dudes don't get. You listen, nigga, we talking about these niggas was getting Madonnas and Quincy Jones daughters and shit like that. Like these niggas was the LLs, the Pops, all these niggas, the fucking Big Daddy. These niggas was, come on, bro. These niggas on another whole level of getting chicks. You talking about some of the finest R&B chicks. Like now, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. And it's no disrespect. I don't want to disrespect the women, right? But it's too easy for these women, like for dudes to get these women, right? And the dynamic is different, right? Because the women that ain't shit, right? They OnlyFans or what's the shit? Instagram models. These motherfucking chicks is down there just as famous as the fucking entertainers or the rappers they fucking with. Right? So if they get with one of them, they get even more famous. So it's just different. The times are different. Back in the day, if two celebrity motherfuckers fuck with each other, nigga, that was the biggest shit in the world. Biggest shit in the world. That's what both people shit up, right? Like when you talk about B and Jay-Z, that's why they big like that. I think they was the last of the down breed of that. Everything else is just phony. Like that should be bullshit. I mean, you know, if I was just like this famous shit, like, you know, we would just be getting together to get together for fame. It's not the same. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying it like Oh, they motherfuckers was always real, but a lot back in the day, it like if Pop, like you like Pop would pop up with Madonna, right? At the Grammys or some shit, or at certain awards. And they'd be like, damn, Pop. It's like some big shit, right? But the thing was that niggas ain't no Pop fucked her, right? You know about that shit 10, 20 years later. And unless they got together, then you knew, right? But nobody fucking knew that Pop smashed Madonna. They just all know that Madonna went to a lot of fucking war shows. She, like I said, her and Big Daddy Kane was fucking around. Like, so it wasn't like Madonna was out there, bro. Like, seriously. She liked black dudes. That's who she was on. That's why, if you ever notice, the black community never talked bad about Madonna. We had never talked bad about Madonna. And not because she fucked a lot of black dudes. It's just that Madonna, her whole journey, who she is as a person, always fuck with black people. You know what I mean? Not saying she ain't fuck with white people. She just was one of those people. She was just Madonna, nigga. It's like Madonna got an aura, right? Like, I always keep telling people, like, Madonna's that last breed of an aura. Like, it ain't too many like her no more. You get what I mean? Madonna's that last person. Don't wish nothing bad happened to her or whatever. But if something happened to Madonna, that'd be big. It's like when Michael and Prince died. And like, you get what I mean? She's that last dying breed of that. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing like that no more. Madonna's the last dying breed of that. Like, motherfuckers really care about these like, some people are just bigger than who they are. Right? Like, Mike is bigger than who y'all think he is. Prince is bigger. Like, these niggas are iconic. Like, these niggas they different. You know what I mean? Elvis, like, it's the same shit with Elvis. Like, Elvis bigger, like, than what you think he is. He's iconic. Like, it's certain dudes, certain people that are just iconic. Listen, and that's Madonna. Madonna's that last dying breed of that. Like, ain't nobody bigger than Madonna, nigga. We talk about all these great artists and all this shit. Who the fuck really is bigger than Madonna? She's still living, nigga. Who's really bigger than her? That's iconic. Nobody. It ain't nobody. Listen, I love Beyonce. Beyonce is legendary. Don't get me wrong. But is she iconic? No. You talking about fucking Madonna been around since the 80s. Fuck you talking about? Madonna been since the 80s. It's 2026. Madonna's still Madonna, nigga. Madonna pop out, she pop out. And she pop out, it's gonna be big news. That's iconic. Everybody don't got that. That aura, listen, that aura back in the day that a lot of those celebrities have, a lot of these celebrities, even B, I love B. I think B a legend. Don't get me wrong. I don't think she iconic. Not yet. She can be, but she's not iconic yet. If fucking, like, yo, this is Madonna. Everybody ain't Madonna, y'all. Just telling y'all that shit. Nobody Madonna. Madonna's probably the last of that down breed of that iconic shit. Honestly, people be talking about, oh, you know, all these other legends are still living, but they ain't Madonna. It was like the same shit they was talking about. Like, it's people that was before Mike, but they wasn't bigger than Mike. They weren't iconic as Mike. Smokey Robinson. We looking at God damn it, shit. What's his name? I said what I said, Smokey Robinson and so I've been thinking that, god damn it. Stevie Wonder. We know Stevie Wonder is a legend, but he wasn't Mike. Like even now, like if Stevie Wonder, I don't wish that on him, nothing like that. If Stevie Wonder passed away, nigga, okay. The niggas gonna move on. He's not Mike. He's not Michael Jackson, nigga. I keep telling y'all that it's certain motherfuckers that are anointed. They got an aura. Like, listen, it's a different aura. Elvis had a different aura. Mike had a different aura. Like, fuck out of here. Niggas got different auras, bro. That's why they call that nigga the king of pop. It's for a reason. They created some shit for him because he was that. Like, I watch shit on YouTube with some of these white people that said they ain't even grow up on Michael Jackson. And then it was like, we heard of him and shit like that. They seen certain shit, but they don't know Michael Jackson. And then they go back and they watch his shit now. And they like, oh, I can see why they say he was the king. I can see why people say he's the greatest. And they watch his dance move, that shit smooth. Like, it's a difference, bro. But that's why Chris Brown will never ever come out of his mouth and say that he better than Michael Jackson. It's a certain niggas with auras, bro. Everybody don't got that. Like, you ain't never heard Michael Jackson say he was better than James Brown. And he damn near learned everything from James Brown and what's the other dude name? I'm sorry. He got killed in the hotel. Sam Cooke. That's why Michael learned all this shit from. But Michael, you ain't never heard Mike say he was better than them. That's why when you hear Michael Jordan, when he say, nigga, he talk about the elders, he don't never say that he was better than them. He let the people speak for him. And that's what Mike did. That's why he was so iconic. Mike knew who he was, but he ain't had to speak. He knew how great he was. And that's why I said a lot of these niggas you sit down, you see, like I said, it boils back down to what I'm saying about Stephen A. in a way. When this nigga gotta tell you about everything, how great he is. Oh, throw out all his shit. They're talking about what he got, what he accomplished. That lets you know that nigga ain't that confident in who he is. He ain't great. You good, but you ain't great. And then even when you great, it's a different level from great. You gotta be legendary. You gotta be and even when you legendary, you gotta be iconic. And everybody ain't iconic. Michael is iconic. You know, when Michael, and later in his years, he still couldn't go nowhere. He still couldn't go nowhere. If Mike went anywhere, if Mike was alive right now, he couldn't go to a mall, nigga. That shit was chaos. If Mike was still alive right now, it should be chaos, him going to a mall. All you motherfuckers, you want to talk great, nigga. Michael Jackson, listen, do y'all understand when Mike passed away, right? I said, oh, he washed up and everything like that. Do you understand that Michael Jackson, he did that one show, I think it was in New York, whatever, right? He sold that bitch out. That shit was like, it was like a stadium. Actually, it was a stadium. Nigga, you know who he had in the bleachers at the time? I need y'all to understand this. See, you keep getting this shit twisted. who the fuck Michael Jackson was, nigga. That's why I say he's different, nigga. He's iconic. You know he had in the fucking bleachers? He had Barack Obama, Michelle Obama in the bleachers of his concert. And listen, you notice, like, when you do concerts and shit like that, you want to have all the great people very, very close. Nigga, he had all the fans. He had all the fans. Y'all had to sit up there. That's who Mike was. He was iconic. Nigga, he had the president there at that time and the first lady. People like, oh, you so shocked that it was a black president. Call it what you want to call it. How many motherfucking times that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, when he was president and she was the first lady, they went to any of Jay-Z concerts like that. Fucking Michael Jackson, bro. The fuck out of here. And they wasn't there to use Michael Jackson for some type of publicity of like get people out to vote. When they did shit with Jay-Z and all them and Beyonce, nigga, they was trying to get them to get their crowds to vote. Nigga, they showed up the mic shit. It's Michael Jackson. It's a difference. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, it's a certain levels of shit. All these young niggas, you gotta put some work in to be fucking with Michael Jackson. Seriously, you even fucking with Tupac. I keep telling y'all. I don't give a fuck how good of a rapper you are. Nigga, you gotta affect the culture. You can rap better than Pac all you want, but you gotta affect the culture like Pac. And understand, you can affect your culture, what you in right now with your shit. You gotta make music that affect the culture after you. And you young niggas, you can lie all you want, nigga. You know who Tupac is. You respect Pac more than, listen, and no disrespect to Biggie, God rest his soul. But you niggas respect Pac more than you respect Biggie. Stop it. Fuck out of here. And listen, I understand New York bias. I get that. You niggas can say all that shit all you want. Everybody know at the end of the day who's the biggest rapper, who's the best rapper. Like when you talking about, Biggie rap better than Pac. You can think that all you want. I can bring up songs where I can tell you that Pac lyrically is on some gangster shit. Not even gangster shit, lyrically better than Biggie. You put his lyrical shit with Pac lyrical shit. See, the problem is Pac was he understood that he had to make songs. He understood shit. Right? Biggie had to get controlled by Diddy. Who you think took Biggie about a lot of the shit that he did? It was Pac. The fuck are you talking about? I know you New York niggas, no disrespect New York, but you New York niggas be out of y'all mind, bro. Oh, Biggie that great and Jay-Z that great. Nigga, he didn't outdo Pac. You put Jay-Z catalog up against Pac catalog and let's see what happens. Let's do a verse. I guarantee you Jay-Z won't win that. Because niggas feel like Jay-Z sold out the fucking community. So you got to think about that shit. Nobody think that about Pac. Nobody. Other than niggas that hate on Pac. But that's those niggas. But a lot of niggas be like, yo, Jay-Z sold out the community. We get to start playing powerful shit for the community, nigga. Like I said, I always keep saying this. And I'll be very honest about this. Listen, people, and I mean this shit. You name me a rapper outside of maybe DMX, and I say this, outside of DMX, name me a rapper that got a fucking a song like Dear Mama. You can get any generation of mothers, young, old, young, middle, old. Any mama, they hear Dear Mama, nigga, they cry. They feel some type of emotion. Name a fucking song from any of these rappers from back in the day till now that got a song like Dear Mama. And I keep saying that. And if you ain't got no song like that, what the fuck are we talking about? Like I said, the only person that came close to that, to me, and I love that I love it. I love that fucking song, is DMX when he speaks about his grandma. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that song real quick. I can't remember the fucking name of that song. Okay. DMX featuring Faith Evans. I think that's it. Yeah.
DMX featuring Faith Evans.
Oh, I Miss You. That's what it is. God rest the dog. That's the song. That's the only song that I know that come close to that Dear Mama shit. Ain't no other song like that. Ain't no other song. And you think I'm lying? Go listen to that DMX song. Go listen to it. Featuring Faith Evans. I Miss You. Go listen to that shit. That shit that Danny Hang, it's almost like, I ain't gonna say that. Because like I tell you this. There's 3 songs that had me in tears. It's 3 songs. One is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Number 2 is Dear Mama by Tupac. And the third is DMX, I Miss You. That song I'm talking about. That shit had you in tears. You think you're a gangster? Go listen to all 3 of them songs back to back and see you don't cry. You think you gangster? I'm man. Okay. That shit should speak on your whole life. Those 3 songs should speak on your whole fucking life. Unless you hate women, there's something wrong with you. And like I say, throw that Man in the Mirror there. Like, you gotta hate people to not cry out for that shit. So, like I said, the motherfuckers they be tripping out that shit. They don't listen. You don't really listen to hip hop. It's be like I be telling the young niggas like, yo, I get what y'all doing. But yo, go listen to that old shit, nigga. That shit can inspire you to do some other good shit. Like, it can make your music better. Like, seriously. Like I said, those 3 songs, bro, that shit make you cry. And like, you gotta listen to those 3 songs to know how to make an album, bro. Because you need to be trying to work as an artist. I don't give a fuck what generation you at. To work hard to, like, I gotta get a song like that. Like, you get what I mean? And they didn't do that shit to, like, just only to make people feel that shit. They did that shit because it was in them. That was shit that they had to speak. They had the opportunity to speak it on wax. You get what I mean? So shout out to, like I said, they the 3 songs I know that'll make me cry. Honestly. Like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, Pop, Dear Mama, DMX, I Miss You. Them are 3 songs I know that'll make me cry. Honestly. I'll literally cry. Like I ain't even in a sad mood if I listen to them songs. I hear them, I just start fucking tearing up. Because I know how important those fucking songs is. So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, people. Like I said, everybody we want to talk about, you know, it's like my whole point is this. I don't like that Max B disrespect LL. Nigga, you're not even on that same level of disrespecting him. You got a little wave now and that shit going with it going, but you an old nigga too. He older than me. This nigga is 48 years old. You've been locked up 18 years. No, listen. You got a little wave, nigga. You got some songs popping out. I hear, little shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't listen to Max B. You ask me to pick and choose between him and Max B and Max B and Big Daddy Kane, nigga. I'm listening to Big Daddy Kane. I ain't listening to no motherfucking Max B. And Max B is more my generation of listening to. I wouldn't listen to that shit because I didn't listen to it like that either. Only heard the Bird Gang, and you want listen. How's a nigga that be locked up for 18 years come home, get open arms from the community? Not just a young community, the old community. Everybody openly gave this nigga love, and then you disrespect it. Man, fuck that nigga. I mean that shit. Fuck that nigga. And I mean that. You don't get no respect. And like I said, you got your little wave that you do, because the internet allow your bitch ass to do that. But you ain't shit, Max B. You come home from jail and you ain't shit. You disrespect your elders like that, nigga. Show some fucking respect. And that's the problem with niggas like you. You show no respect. You got a little buzz, you pop it now. Let's just see how this shit lasts in the next year or two. Because French Montana wasn't popping like that before your bitch ass came home either. He had a little buzz, but but you ain't shit. And French Montana ain't shit. Nobody fuck with that nigga. These niggas are unbelievable. And then you New York niggas. And no disrespect with all New York niggas, I know, but all of them arrogant. But a lot of them ain't disrespectful. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. The arrogance from New York niggas, like, get the fuck out of here. Big Daddy Kane, you disrespecting your elders in New York. That's where we at. Like, New York should be losing their fucking mind, allowing this fucking goofy ass nigga that ain't got no motherfucking hits. Ain't got an album. He ain't got a classic album. He ain't even got an album out. Think about that. He ain't got no album out. He want to disrespect Big Daddy Kane like that. The fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck out of here. Anyway, I'm out, people. Leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.